Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Herb Klindt Field on the campus of Rocky Mountain College. It is time for 2025 Battlin Bears football here on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Kyle Riley with you for the play-by-play, joined once again by the elder statesman of the Riley family, Dave. Thanks for joining me again for another season of Rocky football.
Well, it was a good day here, 15 more minutes in the morning before we call it afternoon. A beautiful day here at Rocky Mountain College. I just checked Siri, and she said it's 69 degrees at game time, so it's
supposed to get up to 82 today. There is nary a cloud in the sky, some smoke in the area for the forest fires that have been around, but the Battlin Bears coming in, their first game of the year. They take on the College of Idaho Yotes. Yotes actually played last weekend against Eastern Oregon, and the Yotes came back in that game as they were down at the half, and they were able to come up with the victory over Eastern Oregon. Get back to my stat sheet for that game last weekend versus Eastern Oregon. Eastern Oregon had 2 first-quarter touchdowns and a field goal in the second. The Yotes only had 1 second-quarter touchdown, so they trailed 17-7 at the half, with the Yotes scored 14 points in the third quarter to come away with the 21-17 victory at home in Caldwell. And so they are 1-0 on the year. The Battlin Bears, this is their home opener, season opener as well. And Dave, it seems weird that they weren't playing Dickinson State as they have the last number of years on week 1.
Yeah, interesting that they don't take on Dickinson, at least this weekend, but definitely Dickinson a contender this year. I'm not sure whether we'll see them down the road.
They will?
Yeah. I noticed that Rocky brought the 4 horsemen from Rocky Mountain College. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to play with the offense here at Rocky, but they're out there on the field right now.
The equestrian team is out there. They're going to lead the team out of the field here in just a little bit as we are getting set for the season opener. The Frontier Conference looks a little different this year, Dave. They've got 14 teams now. They've got an East Division and a West Division. Of course, the Battlin Bears are in the Eastern Division along with Montana Tech and MSU Northern, and we know those 2 teams. But joining them are Dickinson State, Mayville State, Valley City State, and Dakota State coming over to the Frontier this year. But they are in the Eastern Division, and then the Western Division has Carroll, College of Idaho, Southern Oregon, Arizona Christian, Eastern Oregon, Montana Western, and Simpson. And for the Frontier Conference, the first 4 games of the year are all non-conference games. The last 6 count as conference, and the Eastern Division winner and the Western Division winner will automatically get a seed into the NAIA postseason. So from here on out, the Frontier Conference is getting 2 guaranteed seeds into the postseason, and I think that's well overdue.
Yeah, the Frontier Conference has always been a real powerful conference nationwide, and it's well-deserved for them to have those 2 seeds into the NAIA tournament at the end of the season. It's going to be interesting. Of course, this is the first game of the season for both these teams to see how they stack up. I was going to ask you who's the top-ranked team, but nobody's ranked at this point. All the records are 0-0.
Well, no, that's not true, because College of Idaho played last week. They defeated Eastern Oregon 21-17.
Okay, so technically, they're the favorite coming into this ballgame, have virtually 1 victory, I guess. But what I was going to say is that it is early in the season. The coaches tend to rate the teams, though, and they came up with a rating for these 2 teams, Kyle, and what is that? What is their ranking?
The Frontier Conference picked the Battlin Bears 3rd in the Frontier Conference in the preseason rankings. And, of course, you go based on what you know of the team from previous years and what's coming back and who's at the helm. But as you mentioned, Rocky hasn't played a game yet, and so it'll be interesting to see come out. There were only 2 teams of the 14 of the Frontier Conference that didn't play last week, Rocky and Arizona Christian. Everybody else played last week. And in the NAIA Top 25 polls, Dickinson State's rated 13th, Montana Tech's rated 11th, Southern Oregon's ranked 22nd, and Montana Western is ranked 5th. As the Battlin Bears team comes on to the field out on the northeast corner of the end zone, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our pregame interview with head coach Chris Stutzring right here on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel.
It has finally arrived. It is opening day, both home opener and season opener for your Battlin Bears. And time for our pregame interview with the head coach of Rocky Mountain College, Chris Stutzring. Chris, thanks again for taking the time. Always appreciate it.
Yeah, really appreciate you.
You got a lot of changes this year as far as starting units are concerned. Take a look at the offensive unit. It looks like there's 5 underclassmen in the starting 11.
Yeah, we've got 2 new guys on the offensive line making their first starts. Trent Nobach's back at quarterback. You know, it seems like he's been around for a lot of years, but had to medically redshirt last year and has really handled that exceptionally well. But it's still only his 3rd start.
Sure.
Darius Haskins out at receiver. And then, you know, in the backfield, Tough Adams, Brock Ping. Brock has some experience at Chadron State as a transfer, but, you know, Tough kind of came on later in the season last year. And then at tight end with Chance Goltz and Tyson Hunt kind of leading those 2. So we're excited about it. And then, you know, defensively, you know, our staple right now has been at the corner position, and then at linebacker with Cade Reynolds and Mason Browning.
Absolutely.
John Aragon, Dakota Sage on the D-line with Jabari Madison. But I think people really see kind of having more guys to rotate in D-line wise and, you know, DB wise and things like that across the board. And so we're really excited for that.
Well, you mentioned Trent being back. You guys have been hitting each other for the last month, but you haven't been in an actual game.
Yeah.
As a former quarterback, what can you say? I don't know if you came back from as serious as an injury as he did, but what's it like when you're coming back from an injury and getting into that first actual game where you're going to have that first big hit?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is you can't just, you know, that's the one position where you can't say, hey, let's just go hit our quarterback at practice all day, every day. But, you know, for him, it's been, you know, just trying to rough him up a little bit with one of our pop-up bags or, you know, kind of things in that nature. And so he's ready to go. Doctors have said he's ready to go. He's handled every bit of the recovery and everything like that. And, you know, he was able to practice some last year and obviously this past spring. So we're ready to go. He's mentally there, physically there. So we're going to be good and go after it.
Seems weird that you guys were one of the few teams that actually did not play last weekend. Is that a good or a bad thing or a combination there?
I don't know. You know, who knows? We've got, we still hit our limit of the allotted practices that we could have, but you know, yeah, I wish we were playing every weekend, you know, so, but guys have handled it really well. We had a great fall camp. I think our coaches have done a phenomenal job. We've known when to turn it up a little bit, pull back a little bit, you know, to keep guys fresh. And so, we're really excited for it. And doesn't matter if it was last week or next week or whatever, we're ready to play College of Idaho.
Well, before we get on to College of Idaho, Frontier Conference has changed in football from last year to this year. 14 teams now, 2 divisions. Give us your thoughts on what that looks like.
I'm excited. Anytime we can expand the Frontier brand, I think is huge. I think we add some teams in that are really good quality opponents. You know, move it to the east. We're going to play at new places. We're going to play some new teams, but we also get to still play those Montana schools and a great opponent at College of Idaho. So, you know, it's a tough schedule, but I believe in our guys and our coaches.
The way it breaks down is the first 4 games are considered non-conference, right? And then the last 6 all count towards that. Eastern Division is what you guys are in, and it's the Eastern Division winner and the Western Division winner that automatically gets seeds into the...
Yeah, so we'll get 2 automatic bids, one from the East, one from the West. And then I'm actually on the playoff committee, so I think this is a great opportunity to get a 3rd team in. I think out of 20 teams, if you don't have 3 from what I think is the best conference in the country, so that'll be big. But we will have an East winner and a West winner that move on. So,
all right. Well, let's talk about the Yotes. Your opponent for today, of course, they played last week, had a comeback in the second half, with a victory over Eastern Oregon. What did you see in the tape from that?
I wasn't surprised by the comeback. That's a Mike Borowski team. That's a well-coached team. They're very physical. They're very fast. They return, I like to say return Caden Young. He had a lot of snaps at quarterback last year for him. And you kind of saw everything that he's done in the last year to lead that offense. And they're going to be big up front. They've got a strong run game, and Caden can run as well. He's a good player. And then defensively, they are very mixed bag. They're going to fly around like crazy, and they want every hit to make it hurt. And so we've just got to stick to our game plans, do our jobs, win the line of scrimmage. And then when we have big plays, we can't give up big plays. We've also got to take advantage of big plays.
They put up almost 400 yards of offense last week, and it was pretty balanced. I think it was 263 through the air and or 253 and just under 140 on the ground. What do you do to counter that?
Well, I think you've got to try to make them one-dimensional. Sure. So that's what we're going to try to do today, is to make sure that, we're always going to try to stop the run and make them one-dimensional, and make them drive the field. That's a big thing in not giving up the big plays, but rotating guys in fresh, D-line wise, linebacker wise, to make sure that our guys are fresh for 4 quarters, because it will be a 4-quarter battle.
Absolutely. First game of the year, is it more about the fundamentals, or is it about the scheme and what the plan is, or a combination?
I think for us, we were able to see them on tape to see if anything changed. It's always going to be about the fundamentals and doing what our jobs are. We can't worry too much about the other team. We've got to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to. So, but I think it's a little bit about both, of seeing, okay, how can we attack their offense? How can we attack their defense? I think one of the key things that kind of goes unnoticed is making sure you're sound and efficient on special teams as well, especially game one. We've seen some games be kind of handed to other people, given to other people, those things of special teams errors. And so we've got to make sure we're really sound on that. But really, it's just our guys have to play with passion, not emotion today. And so I know they will. They're going to give everything they've got. We've got great game plans in, so I'm excited to see it.
Well, Coach, looking forward to it. Kickoff here in just a few minutes. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Head Coach Stutz with you and I. We'll be back for kickoff here in just a moment on Go Battlin Bears YouTube channel.
Welcome back to Herb Klindt Field. We have the coin toss. We are getting set for kickoff of the 2025 season opener for your Battlin Bears and Rocky Mountain College, taking on the College of Idaho Yotes. Yotes coming in with a record of 1-0 of the year. They played last week against Eastern Oregon in that game. They put up almost 400 yards of offense. They had 253 yards through the air, 140 yards on the ground. And again, they had 2 third-quarter touchdowns to come back for the 21-17 victory over the Mountaineers of Eastern Oregon. Battlin Bears, last year, wasn't quite the year that the team had expected. They ended up 2-8 on the year, 1-7 in conference play. And they only had 1 here at home and 1 on the road. But Coach is excited. We heard about that here in the pregame interview. And the team is excited. They've been practicing for over a month now. They're ready to have the pads on for real and get this game underway. Coin toss, it was the College of Idaho that won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half, so the Battlin Bear offense is going to start things out for your Battlin Bears. As kicking off for the College of Idaho, it'll be Will Botch. Did a nice job. He averaged 65.5 yards on his 4 kickoffs last week in the game in Colville against the Mountaineers. Back to receive for the Battlin Bears, Darius Haskin, number 1, and Trey Smith, number 5. Again, Will Marsh to kick things off here at Herb Klindt Field. 12 noon on the button. Kickoff's going to happen right on time as it's in the air. And it's going to be received. A fair catch made at the 14-yard line. A spot at the 15 as Tutty will make the catch, and the Battlin Bears will get us underway from their own 15-yard line.
Interesting field position for the Battlin Bears as the kicker, averaging over 60 yards a kick, chose to place it short, but they'll start out 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line.
Moving up to the 24. And the handoff. This one's going to be carried by Tough Adams as Adams gets it across the 30 up to the 31-yard line. A gain of 7 yards for the young man. He's a sophomore this year. Tough Adams, 6 foot, 215 pounds. He had 23 carries for 119 yards in last year's action. Out of the shotgun, Trent Novak back at quarterback after a year off. Here's a pass out on the flat right side. It's complete to Adams at the 30, and he's going to be brought down immediately. A loss of a yard, I believe. Well, they might give him back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the reception. The first completion for Trent Novak. Trent played 3 games in 2023 before he was hurt with a hip injury up in Havre. He went 29 of 41 for 309 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception in 23. He got cleared to play this spring and is back under center. Figuratively, as he takes it from the shotgun, hands it up to Adams. He goes straight ahead to the 35-yard line. They're going to spot him at the 36, a gain of 5 yards, and a first down for the Battlin Bears. Here we go, folks. Results in Rocky Mountain College.
First down of the ball game for Rocky, and they line up with a no-huddle offense at this point.
1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Opening drive for the Battlin Bears with the 2025 season. 3 receivers left side, 1 to the right. On the shotgun, Novak. Pass on the left side is complete. It's going to be caught by... Here's my receiver here on the backs. He's not on my 2 deep, so I got to get back. Take a look. Pass is completed to Abbott. Tyler Abbott, the 6-foot redshirt freshman out of Florence, Carlton. He got it up to the 49-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 yards and a first down. On 1st and 10, deep throw down the field. Intended for Haskin. He makes the catch at the 7-yard line, and he's brought down at the 5. It'll be a 44-yard pass completion and a Battlin Bears first down.
Right on the money for Rocky Mountain College for that pass. Good for a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. So Rocky wasting no time at all and putting some good offense on the field for the hometown fans here at the Rocky Bowl.
Darius Haskin, his first reception of the year. He played in 2 games last year. He went 6 of 75 for 2 touchdowns. He averaged 12.5 receptions per 50 yards per reception last year. Got a whistle and we got a timeout. Is going to be called by the Battlin Bears. I believe we're College of Idaho. Let's check and see.
Quarterback, it is my Rocky. Quarterback moved frustrated there. He didn't have the right personnel on the field and was running out of time, so he called a timeout. The offense for Rocky Mountain College looking very quickly here with no huddle. You don't see what's still the end of the ballgame, but they're definitely out there with offense in mind here in this first quarter of play.
Western Security Bank, proud sponsor of Battlin Bears football. They are our game-day sponsor. They will secure your home field advantage with your hometown bank. They are committed to being your community bank for your whole life. Either when you're ready to build your savings, your home, or your business at Western Security Bank, you'll get real people who make banking all intentionally simple and incredibly powerful. Thank you, Western Security Bank, for your continued support of Rocky Mountain College athletics. And they had Nicole Taylor, who flipped the coin for the coin toss. And the Rocky captains this year, number 1, Darius Haskin, number 8, John Aragon, number 12, Trent Novak, the quarterback back under center after a year off. He's coming back from the hip injury. And then, of course, Mason Browning, the outstanding defensive player for the Battlin Bears. He's also a captain this year. And as you mentioned, Dave, they called the timeout. Trent wasn't very happy with the way things weren't coming together as they picked the team up and alive, and it's been an impressive drive down the field so far.
Yeah, good offense on the part of Rocky Mountain College. For their helmets this year, they have the new silver helmets. Yeah, silver was in the past.
Can't tell if there's a Bear logo on it or an RMC logo on it or not, because all I catch is the sun reflecting out the tops. They are really white for the College of Idaho Yotes. And I'm going to say it's a lots of two on the carry. Rock King played at Chevron State last year, and in 2 games he had 5 carries. Let's see here. Yeah, 5 carries for 5 yards. So 3rd and goal from the 7. Out of the shotgun. Trent Novak. Pass out to left flat. And into the end zone for the touchdown is Tuff Adams. As he makes the catch to about the 3 and then took it into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Battlin Bears have the first 6 points of the year.
Willie White was the only defender for the Yotes that had a chance to stop him short of the goal line. But he broke that tackle, and then it was easy into the end zone for Rocky in the first 6 points of the season for the Battlin Bears.
Austin Drake on to attempt the extra point. He was near perfect last year from extra point distance. That one is up, and it is good. And with 11:31 left in the opening quarter of the 2025 first game of the year, the Battlin Bears lead the Yotes of College of Idaho 7-0. We'll be back in a moment on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel.
Battlin Bears will be number 79, Jordan Lake.
Back here at Herb Klindt Field, 7-0 our score. Battlin Bears score on the opening drive, an impressive drive down the field. It is a kickoff by Drake. It's going to be taken at the 7-yard line by the return man, and a nice return up the field as the return was made by number 89. And that, again, is not on the 2-deep shot. So let's see who it is. Trezell Patterson. And Patterson took it from the 7 to the 36. That's a gain of 29 yards on the return. And so starting at their own 36-yard line is College of Idaho. As they have a flag comes in, and we're going to have a whistle.
It's going to go against College of Idaho.
False start. They had just a few penalties called on them last week in the victory over Eastern Oregon. But the false start will move back 5 yards, and the Battlin Bear crowd is a nice crowd on hand this afternoon as they are already well into this game. First and 15 from the 31-yard line. From the shotgun. Fake the throw. It's a quarterback up to the 40-yard line by Caden Young. And Young will pick up 9 yards on the carry. His first carry of the year last week against Eastern Oregon. He had 11 carries for 89 yards and a touchdown. Last year, he went 66 carries for 418 yards in his 10 games played. It'll be, now they're going to say first and 10 from the 40. Oh, it's going to be, it should be second down and 6, and it is. Second and 6, and they're bringing him down in the backfield on the handoff.
Riley Byington on the carry for the
Byington on the carry, and
brought down by Jabari Madison.
he's going to be brought down by Jabari Madison for a loss of a yard.
7.
Jabari, the returning senior defensive lineman, 5'10", 230 pounds. It'll be third down and 7 now from the 39-yard line. 2 receivers right side, 1 to the left. College of Idaho going left to right towards the north end zone here in the first quarter. Young takes a snap. Young pass on the left side is passed through the arms of the intended receiver. It was intended for Travis Mariero. And he was not able to haul it in. And Dave, a 3-and-out forced by the Battlin Bear defense.
Yeah, man-on-man coverage for Rocky Mountain College that time. That pass was just thrown wide to the receiver.
Back in punt formation.
And so the Yotes are going to have to punt it away.
Josh Horn. Back deep for the Bears, number 5, Trey Smith.
Trying to get the audio figured out here on the opening broadcast. I apologize for the delay and the sound quality, working on that. Here to punt it away is Josh Horn, and Horn's punt is taken at the 27-yard line and returned up to the 30 by Trey Smith. And Smith will return it for 3 yards.
Rocky will start with good field position from their own 30-yard line after forcing a 3-and-out punting situation on the Yotes. We'll see if that defense start moving the ball down the field again for Rocky Mountain College in front of the hometown fans.
Start with it at their own 30-yard line. That previous drive, Dave, went 76 yards, 8 plays, and it only took them 3 minutes and 29 seconds to score on the 7-yard touchdown pass from Novak to Adams. Novak working out of the shotgun once again. He's got pressure down at the 25-yard line, a loss of 5, and a nice job by the defense there for the College of Idaho. In on the stop, Akani Manoue, and also in there, let's see, trying to pick up the other player, I believe it was Jacob Sisson. It'll be a loss of 5 yards on the play. First sack of the year taken by Trent Novak, and seems to have no ill effects from it. Here's the handoff to Adams. Adams gets it to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard. It's going to be Tough Adams. Tough gets it to the 26-yard line, a gain of a yard. Stop made by Chase Brown. Be 3rd and 14. Substitutions coming in for the Battlin Bears. As coming in are Tyler Abbott and Dylan Flatt. 2 receivers on the right side, 1 to the left. Trent Novak working out of the gun. He's got Adams behind him, 2 yards deep. Now receiver moving over to the right side. So 3 receivers right side. Novak, quick pass. It's going to be caught by Haskin at the 30. He's wide open. He's got room. Haskin across the 50, cuts back to the left, and he's brought down inside the 45. He's going to be spotted down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 32 yards and a first down on a great pass to a wide-open Haskins.
Yeah, Novak spotted that situation develop as the Yotes sent the defender on a blitz, a safety blitz, and that left the receiver out there wide open with a lot of green in front of him. The pass was complete, good for a first down.
So fourth play of the drive coming up as the Battlin Bears back in Yote territory. Handoff going to be taken by Adams straight ahead inside the 40, and he barrels on ahead, getting both legs churning as he gets it inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line, a gain of 5 on his fourth carry of the afternoon.
Good second effort that time, an extra 5 yards gained, carrying a couple of Yotes defenders on him. Brings up second down and 5 yards, second and about 6 yards to go for the Bears.
Second down and 5 from the Yote 37-yard line, 7:17 and counting in the opening quarter. Rocky leading College of Idaho 7-0. This is their second possession of the afternoon. Pass complete on the left side to Abbott, and Abbott's going to be brought down immediately, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. They will spot him back at the line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and 5 from the 37. Dave Novak, 6 of 7 so far through the air. He's got 99 yards and a touchdown. The 7-yard touchdown pass to Tough Adams on the opening drive. Got two tight ends moving from left to right. They come set. Novak out of the gun, hands off to Adams. Adams going right side in between the right tackle and the tight end, and he's going to get it close to the first down marker. Might be about a half yard short. Going to be stopped by Tucker French. French had some help. They are going to spot him about a yard short of the first down. So do they go for it on 4th and 1? Looks like Coach Stutz says, yes, we will. As we got two receivers split out to the left. Wide left is Haskin. And in the slot, Eric Lira. Both Novak and Adams look over to the right sideline on the west side. Now they got the play coming down, 7 on the play clock. Hand off to Adams. Adams caught from behind at the 35-yard line. Great defensive stop that time around by Sam Lowings. As Lowings brings him down in the backfield for a loss of about 3 yards, and that'll turn it over on the loss of downs.
Yeah, he got in the backfield so quickly that time. I was surprised that Rocky, this would have been the play that they would have gone for the tush push, but I didn't see him do it, so apparently that's not in their playbook this year.
So with 5:52 left, the Yotes get it back for their second possession. They start with it right where they started the first drive at their own 36. Young rolls out after he rolls to his left, passes complete on the left-hand sideline to Torrey Watkins. And Watkins will get it on ahead as they're going to say he steps out of bounds at the 36. That's a gain of 10 and a first down for the Yotes, their first down of this afternoon. Battlin Bears lead 7-0. 5.5 to go in the opening quarter of the Battlin Bears season opener. The Yotes played last weekend at home against Eastern Oregon, won that one by a score of 21-17. Two receivers right side, one to the left. Out of the gun is Young. Young looking left side all the way. Young pass a little too strong over the arm of the intended receiver. There on the left side, Jackson Ames, the intended receiver. It falls incomplete. And that'll bring up second down and 10 from their own 46. Yotes trailing 7-0 to the Battlin Bears. This, of course, a non-conference game, even though they're both in the Frontier Conference. The first 4 games of the year all considered non-conference because we now have an Eastern Division and a Western Division. The last 6 games of the year will be conference counting. Hand off on the left-hand side, going between left guard and left tackle. Hand off to Riley Byington, and Byington not getting much there. All right, sounding better. Now we just need a little more volume is what I heard. So do that just a moment. Third down and 9 for the Yotes. Byington got a yard. Here's the snap to Young, fakes the handoff. Young looking right, Young looking left. Now rolling to his right. Leg coming in. Pass is going to be caught at the 46-yard line. And we've got Catch made by Torrey Watkins, but we'll see if this one's going to be called back or not, or if it's going to be declined. If it's against College of Idaho, you'd think Rocky would decline it with the loss of a yard on the play. But we'll see.
Almost looks like there was a holding call.
All right. I was correct. It was a hold against College of Idaho. They say, nope, we're going to take the loss of a yard, and that'll bring up, actually, they spot him back at the 40, so a loss of 2. That'll bring up 4th down, and 11. The Yotes will have to punt it away for the second consecutive time. Trey Smith standing back to receive for the Battlin Bears at his own 19. High spiraling punt by Josh Horn. Fair catch is called for at the 14-yard line by Smith. And the Battlin Bears will have decent field position, given the fact that they lead 7-0, and they have forced 2 punts to start the game against the College of Idaho offense.
Good job defensively by Rocky Mountain College in this first quarter with 4 minutes, 6 seconds to go on the clock. Rocky with a 1-touchdown lead in the ball here at home against the College of Idaho.
Well, it's a fitting time left on the clock in the first quarter, 4:06. The Montana area code as the Battlin Bears taking on the College of Idaho. Dave, why don't you tell us a little bit more about our season sponsor?
Well, once again, Rocky Mountain College has partnered with Urk Hotels for the 25-26 streaming season here. Based in Missoula, Montana, Urk Hotels has been managing and developing lodging properties in the Northwest region for more than 30 years. With their partners and investors, they have developed and built hotels in Montana, Washington, and Idaho, currently managing 900 guest rooms, 22,000 square feet of conference space. At Urk Hotels, they're dedicated to serving their people and properties, inspiring a culture of exceptional hospitality and delivering maximum value to their investors and partners. So a big thank you to Urk Hotels for your support of Rocky Mountain College athletics again this year, as we've got a beautiful day for football at Herb Klindt Field. 4:06 to go, first quarter of play. Rocky on top, 7-0 here at home in their opener against the Yotes from the College of Idaho.
Trent Novak, the 6'3" sophomore out of Arlington, Washington. And he played 3 games in the 2023 season before he had a season-ending hip injury up on the road at MSU Northern in Havre. Did not play last year and was cleared for this spring, and he's looked good so far this afternoon, as he's already gone 6 of 7 for 99 yards and a touchdown. Got Tough Harris just off his left hip, 1.5 yards behind him. Out of the shotgun, Novak looking deep down the left side. Haskin, he lost his footing for a moment. By the time he got it back, the pass hit off of his left hand, but he could not bring it in. It'll fall incomplete. And Dave, if he was able to keep his footing, he probably would have been gone for 6.
Yeah, that ball just thrown a little bit too far out in front of him. And
well, I don't know if it was even as much far out in front of him as it was if he was able to keep his
No, he'd have been right
stride.
in stride. He'd have been right in stride had he not stumbled a little bit back at the 30-yard line.
The Rinks second down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Bears with their 3rd possession of the quarter already. Haskin comes in motion left to right. Trips right side now. There's going to be a pass complete at the 21-yard line. That is, I believe, to double check. Dylan Flatt? No, it's to Lyra. Again, it's the green numbers on the black jersey. Sorry for that. He gets it up to the 35-yard line. That'll be a gain of 21 yards and a first down. Battlin Bears, 120 yards through the air already on 4 first downs through the air, 5 first downs overall. 1st and 10 from their own 35. Handoff goes to Adams. Adams on the delay, cuts straight ahead. Adams gets a hard-fought 2 yards before he is, that's Brock Ping on the carry. Ping with the gain of 2. His 2nd carry of the afternoon. I got to go. Matthew Iwamizu was the one who made the stop that time around. 2nd down and 8 from the 37. 2:52 and counting here in the first. Novak hands it off to Ping once again. Ping straight ahead across the 40, up to the 42-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 5 yards on Ping's third carry of the afternoon. Ping again coming in, a transfer from Chadron State where he played 2 games last year. Third down and 3 from the Rocky 42. Handoff that time on the carry is Ping once again, and he's going to get it back to the line of scrimmage, and that is, let's see, yeah, they got it back to the line of scrimmage. No loss on the play, but no gain as well. That'll bring up 4th and 3, and the Bears will have to punt it away for the first time this afternoon.
This will be a first look at the Rocky punter this season.
That it will, as Jordan Legg, the 6'1", 185-pound sophomore, is taking over the punting duties. He's a redshirt sophomore out of Mesa, Arizona. Played for Dobson High School. Legg puts a leg into it. End over end kick bounces. Good Rocky bounce at the 29, taken back at the 12-yard line, and that was probably ill-advised on the part of the returner by Mariero, as he is going to lose about 4 yards on the return.
Shoestring tackle that time by Rocky Mountain College. Caught him before he could build up any momentum at all. He actually lost a couple of yards trying to get around the defender.
Tayson Genatone, good special unit coverage there, as Tayson, a 5'10", 180-pound redshirt freshman from Post Falls, Idaho. So back deep in their own territory with 1:29 left. The Yotes will take over for the third time back at their own 9-yard line. Caden Young, got a slashing mark on his left forearm as he takes the snap out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff. Young looking deep down the left side. Young's got a man. It's Mario. Does he make the catch? No. Travis Mariero had 2 defenders on him, and I don't know if he did bring it in, but he stepped out of bounds by the time he did have it in his chest, if he held on to it. That I wasn't sure. Nevertheless, it's incomplete. Bring up 2nd down and 10 from their own 9 with 83 seconds left in the first quarter. Rocky leading the College of Idaho 7-0. Out of the gun once again. Young fakes right, goes to his left. Young looking. Young's got a little time. His throw is low, and the official is going to say it is complete to Corbin Freeze. And that was a low liner that he was able to pick up just above the top of the turf. Going to say it's down at the 22-yard line, so that'll be a gain of 13 yards and a first down. Only the second first down of the afternoon for the College of Idaho. 48 seconds and counting in the first. They trail 7-0. 1st and 10 from the Yote 22-yard line. 2 running backs on either side, and Young fakes the handoff, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Aragon there with the stop. He's going to be brought down at the 21, a loss of the yard. John Aragon with a sack. Carry of the afternoon for Caden Young. Again, he went 11 carries for 89 yards and a touchdown last week in the victory over the Mountaineers at home in Caldwell. 2nd and 11, just under 10 seconds. Will they get the playoff, or will they wait for the gun and switch sides? And that looks like exactly what they're going to do. We'll come to the end of the first quarter of play here at Herb Klindt Field. Rocky Mountain College Battlin Bears leading the College of Idaho Yotes 7-0 on the Rocky Mountain College Stockman Bank scoreboard. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Battlin Bears, brought to you by Urk Hotel, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel.
Back live at Herb Klindt Field, set to go with quarter number 2 of our non-conference matchup between the Yotes from the University of Idaho and the Battlin Bears of Rocky Mountain College.
2nd and 11 from the 21-yard line. They switch sides of the field. 2 receivers on the right side. The slot receiver goes in motion. Pass out of the backfield to the right is complete to Watkins. And Caden Young gets it to Watkins, who gets it up to the spot at the 31. If that's the case, it should be enough for a first down. They're going to bring the chains out to measure it. Looks like they are. Nope, they're going to say it's a half-yard short, so gain of 9. Or gain of 10, I guess I should say, because it was an 11-yard. 3rd and about a half-yard to go for the first down. 2 receivers left side. Caden Young changing up the play here at the last minute. 9 left to go on the play clock. Young claps his hand, takes the snap, hands it off, and the carry straight ahead should be enough for the first down. Riley Byington is going to make the carry ahead to the 34-yard line. A gain of 3 yards and a first down. That's the first down on the ground for the Yotes. Keeps the drive alive for the College of Idaho. They trail 7-0. Just underway here in the second quarter of play. Yotes now going towards the south end zone. Pitch out on the right side to Byington, and Byington gets it knocked out of bounds on the far sideline in front of the Rocky bench. He's going to get it spotted at the 38-yard line. Gain of 4. 39? Yeah, they'll spot it at the 39. Gain of 5. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 for the College of Idaho Yotes. They trail Rocky 7-0. 13:50 and counting here in the first half of play. Got a halfback and a fullback for Young. Handoff goes to Byington, and Byington found a hole. Byington across midfield knocks a man down at the 43, gets down all the way to the 35-yard line. That'll be good for 26 yards on a bruising carry by Riley Byington. The Yotes into Rocky territory for the first time this afternoon. Another carry, this time a keeper by Caden Young. Young gets it down close to the 20-yard line. They're going to spot him down at the 21, but it's a gain of 13, and suddenly they're moving it on the ground at will.
That was a half quarterback draw play that time. Rocky was looking for a pass play and gave the quarterback a lot of room to run.
Got a whistle, and a timeout is going to be called here with 12:49 left in the first half of play. Rocky calls a timeout. We'll take one as well. Back in a moment. You're watching Battlin Bears, brought to you by Eric Hotel, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Back here at Herb Klindt Field alongside Dave Riley. Kyle Riley with you for the play-by-play. And Dave, after being able to stop the Yotes on 2 drives and only allowing 1 first down. The Yotes have since then picked up 4 first downs on this 3rd possession, and they are marching deep into Rocky territory just outside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line of the Battlin Bears as we come back from the timeout. Yotes with the ball, trailing 7-0. Man in motion, going left to right. Receiver pass out of the backfield is going to be caught by Byington. Check that. That is not Byington. That's Echo Hawk. And Echo Hawk is going to be brought down at the 20 for a gain of a yard. On the stop, Sean Teddy, one of the linebackers for the Battlin Bears. I've got Caden Young, 5 of 8 passing for 32 yards on the afternoon. This is the 7th play of the drive. 2nd down and 9 from the 20. Again, a man in motion going left to right. Young drops back. Young looking left side. Young's pass complete to Mariero at the 8-yard line. Mariero is going to be, I say, step out of bounds at the 9 rather, but it's good for 11 yards and a first down.
1st and goal for the Yotes from the Rocky 9-yard line.
Caught by Mariero for 11 yards. It's his first reception of the afternoon. That one, a first down through the air there. 6th first down of the afternoon. 2 receivers right side. And in motion is Mariero. Handoff to Mariero on the end around, and he is going to be taken out of bounds after maybe a gain of a yard. That's what it will be. Mariero had 1 end around last week for -5. He picks up a yard this time around. That'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 8. So 9 plays on this drive already. 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. 11:05 left in the first half. 2 receivers lined up, offset tandem on the right side. Caden Young has Byington behind him. Handoff to Byington. Byington trying to cut left side. Byington met by a couple of blockers. He's going to be brought down at the 6-yard line, and making the final stop is Trey Smith. On a gain of, we'll call it, 2 yards. 3rd and goal from the 6 of this 10-play drive for the Yotes. Started at their own 9-yard line after the punt took a great rocky bounce, and then Mariero on the return lost 4 yards. 3rd and goal from the 6, pass into the end zone, wide open in the end zone, and there wasn't a Rocky defender within 5 yards of Jackson Ames, who makes the catch for the touchdown, and we're within a point of being tied up.
Yeah, there were 2 Rocky defenders that basically had confusion between them. Neither of them stayed with the wide receiver on that play, and he was wide open, good for a touchdown, and the Yotes will look to tie it up with this conversion.
On to attempt the extra point. It is Josh Horn, who also handles punting duties. Horn's kick on the way. It is blocked. And the Battlin Bears will retain the lead. I believe Darius Haskin had the block. Let's double check here. Nevertheless, it's going to be a 1-point lead for the Battlin Bears. 10:19 to go here in the first half of play. Rocky on top, 7-6 over the College of Idaho. We'll be back in a moment on the NFB. Well, Dave, that touchdown drive for the Yotes was still impressive. 11 plays, 91 yards in 6 minutes and 10 seconds. A 6-yard touchdown pass from Caden Young to Jackson Ames. The point after attempt blocked. That's the difference in this game. Here's the kickoff taken at the 4-yard line by Trey Smith. Smith gets it up to the 15, where he is brought down after a return of, call it, 11 yards. Actually, they're going to spot him down at the 15. So the Bears will start fairly deep in their own territory, leading by a point. He had very good opening drive, took it 76 yards in 3 minutes and 29 seconds. Then tried to go for it on a 4.5 yard in the second possession and turned it over on the loss of downs. It's 10-14 here in their second quarter, their fourth possession of the afternoon. They'll start with it at their own 16-yard line. Pass complete to Eric Lira, and Lira taking a defender with him as he gets it up across the 40 to the 41-yard line. A gain of 25 yards and a first down for the Battlin Bears.
Rocky quarterback, very accurate on his passing so far in this ball game. Kyle, I'm really impressed with his ability to put the money on to put the pass on the money on those pass plays.
Trent Novak, 8 of 10 passing for 145 yards and a touchdown, as the Battlin Bears will get it first and 10 from the 41-yard line. They are moving towards the north end zone here in the second quarter. Fake the handoff, deep pass down the field. We got a flag, and Lira is clapping his hands. He's seeing a defensive pass interference.
3 flags.
Lira was guarded, I think, initially on defense. There was Arnez Madison, the graduate cornerback, 6 foot, 190-pounder. 2 penalties on the play.
Offsetting penalties.
Offsetting penalties. Well, that's unfortunate because it was definitely a hold or a pass interference call, as basically Lira was held as he was making his way down the field. But the holding penalty against the Battlin Bears will offset. So we'll start again, first and 10 from the 41. Bears leading the Yotes 7-6. 2025 season opener for Rocky Mountain College. 2 men go in motion for the Battlin Bears. Take the handoff. Novak rolling out to his right. Novak pass here intended for Haskin, and that one is deep into the Yote sideline. Incomplete. It's only the third incomplete pass of the afternoon for Trent Novak. Second and 10. After they picked up a 25-yard first down on the first play of the drive. Second and 10 from their own 41. Haskins splits out wide left. 2 receivers right side. Trent Novak out of the gun. Make the handoff. Pass to Haskin behind him. He tried to reach up and bring it in one-handed with the right arm, but it was just behind him. Nice effort by Haskin. It falls incomplete. Boy, if that was another yard out on the other side, would have been a great reception. And credit Haskin with athletic attempts. Last 2 passes fall incomplete. The hands of Trent Novak, 6'3" sophomore. Did not play last year. Went out with a hip injury after 3 games of the 2023 season. Rolling out to his right and being hit as he throws it is Trent Novak. Nice job getting to Novak by Willie White. Pass goes incomplete to Micey. So 3 straight incomplete passes. The Battlin Bears, after picking up an initial first down, will then go 3 and out. So after taking the opening drive for a touchdown, then turning it over on loss downs, 2 consecutive punts. Bob Ritterod was listening and watching this afternoon, Dave. No surprises. Nice leg into it by Brandon Legg. It's going to be fair caught at the 20. Well, one official is at the 27. One's at the 29. Now it goes to the 28. They're going to say, okay, halfway in between. Jordan Legg, by the way. The Yotes will take over with 9:07 to go in the half. Trailing 7-6. They'll start with their own 28-yard line. This is already their fourth possession of the afternoon. Aiden Young, after going 1 for 3 to start the contest, actually he was 2 of 5 in his first 5 attempts. He's now 7 of 10 for 49 yards on a touchdown. Young fakes the handoff to Byington, rolls out to his left. Young looking left sideline. Mariero, the catch, except he was out of bounds. Yes, the catch was made. There on the defensive effort was A.Q. Peternall. But Mariero was out of bounds. So was incomplete. Second and 10 from the 28-yard line. Clock stopped with exactly 9 minutes to go in the second quarter of play. 7-6 our score. Battlin Bears scored on the opening drive and held on to the lead as they blocked the point after attempt on the Yote touchdown. Handoff. That's going to be taken by Reich and Echohawk. Echohawk gets it across the 30 to the 31, a gain of 3 yards on his first carry of the afternoon. Echohawk was a receiver for a yard back at the beginning of the second quarter. 3rd down and 7 from the 31. Battlin Bear defense looking for a stop here. Force another 3 and outs. Got the air horns going. 2 receivers right side, 2 receivers left. Caden Young working out of the gun. Claps his hand, takes a snap. Young looking right side. Young looking deep down the right sideline. He's got a man open, and that is Marier, who bobbles it multiple times. He cannot bring it in as he falls to the turf at the 15. Great effort by Travis Mariero. He just could not haul it in.
Yeah, he had that 3 different times, juggling the ball, trying to bring it into his possession, but it falls incomplete, so it brings up 4th down. Punting situation for the Yotes.
Josh Horn will punt it away for the Yotes. Trey Smith standing back at his own 27-yard line on the left hash mark. Rocky defense stands up to force a 3 and out on the 4th possession of the afternoon for College of Idaho. Rocky will get it back, leading by a point. Horn, a spiraling punt. Going to be fair caught at the 34-yard line by Trey Smith, and that's where Rocky will take over for the 5th time of the afternoon. 8:06, and Dave, only a minute and 1 second went off the clock there on that possession for the Yotes. So a nice job by Rocky's defense. And of course, when you get a couple of passing completions, that definitely plays a factor.
Thanks for a short turnaround. Rocky will have some pretty good field position here. I think they added about 10 yards on this exchange of punts.
Pass is going to be over the head of Micey. That will be his second pass to him, and after Trent Novak started 8 of 10, he's gone 0 for 4 in his last 4 completions. One receiver right, one to the left. Novak hands it off. Gary straight ahead.
42,
Tough Adams gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line, a gain of 2 yards, his 7th carry of the afternoon. Could be a 3rd down at 8, should it not? Yes. Done. Set 4th and 8, but it's 3rd and 8 at the 36. 2 receivers split out either side. Novak working out of the gun as he has all afternoon. Going in motion is Tough Adams. Pass the left sideline, and Haskin trying a one-armed left-handed catch over the top of the defender. Haskin cannot haul it in. as he went high in the air to try and bring it down. And good defensive effort there by Tanner Steele, the redshirt junior, 6'3", 205-pounder out of Vail, Oregon. A 3-and-out forced by the Yote defense. So suddenly offenses have been stymied on the consecutive possessions. 7 seconds left on the play clock. Will they get it off in time? Jordan Legg back there, 2 seconds on the play clock. They get the snap off just in time. Jordan puts the right leg into it. It bounces at the 35, takes a rocky roll inside the 30, down all the way to the 26-yard line. Will it keep rolling to the 25? No, they'll say 26. The College of Idaho will get it at their own 26-yard line with 7:09 left in the first half of play. 7-6 our score. Yotes trail the Battlin Bears by a point. They blocked point after attempt, the difference in this one. Caden Young, 6'3", 215-pound redshirt junior out of Emmett, Idaho. Played in 10 games last year for the Yotes. Fakes the pass left, rolls out right side. He's got a blocker. He's got some running room up across the 35. He's got the first down and will get it all the way up to the 37 where they spot it down. A gain of 11 on the rollout keeper by Caden Young. The option play is good for 11 and a first down. Is their 7th first down of the half. Get a fresh set of downs at their own 37. Bunched up formation for the Yotes this time, working off the right hash mark. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Blitz shown, but quick screen pass here on the left-hand side to Watkins. Watkins stiff arms a man as he gets up to the 48-yard line. He will pick up 11, and that'll go for a first down. Medinus will run him out of bounds at the 48, but not before 11 yards and a first down. The 8th completion of the afternoon for Caden Young. I've got him 8 of 13 for 60 yards and a touchdown. 8th first down of the day for the Yotes. 1st and 10 from their own 48. Just under 6 to play in the half. Yotes trailing by a point. Rocky scored a touchdown on the opening drive of the afternoon. Make the handoff to the end around. It's going to be keeper by Young, and we're looking for a hold here. As going to be one. Cade Reynolds had his arm up about as soon as Young got past the line of scrimmage, saying, "Hey, I'm being held, I'm being held." And Cade Young said, or Reynolds said, "Yeah, I was definitely held." And let's see if the officials agree. They do.
2 flags on the play.
So 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Let's see, it was originally at the 48. They're going to say the spot of the foul was downfield. Going to basically say it was down at the penalty was at the first down marker. So it'll be effectively a hold for.
They get to play first down over again from the original line
no
of
yards
scrimmage.
lost on the play. Splitting out wide to the right. Jacob Morales. And Wyatt New. Pass complete to Watkins on the right side, and Watkins gets it across midfield. They're going to say he actually got it down to the 45. So a gain of 7. I've got Caden Young, 9 of 14 passing for 67 yards, and the touchdown pass at the beginning of the quarter. Down to 3 on the play clock. Will they get the playoff in time? They will. No. And a timeout called by the College of Idaho coaching staff. They were worried they're going to get called for the delay of game on 2nd and 3. So College of Idaho takes a timeout, and that gives us a chance to find out a little more about Urk Hotels.
Well, Urk Hotels has partnered with the Battlin Bears of Rocky Mountain College again for the 25-26 streaming season. Urk Hotels is based in Missoula, Montana, managing and developing lodging properties in the northwestern region for over 30 years. With their partners and investors, they have developed and built more than hotels in Montana, Washington, and Idaho, and they are dedicated to serving their people and properties, inspiring a culture of exceptional hospitality and delivering maximum value to their investors and partners. So a big thank you to Urk Hotels for your support of Rocky Mountain College athletics. Game day sponsor today is Western Security Bank. I want to thank the folks at Western Security Bank for a proud sponsorship of the Battlin Bears football today. Western Security, you'll have the home field advantage with your hometown bank. We are the community bank for your whole life. We'll be there when you're ready to build your savings, your home, your business. Western Security Bank, you get real people who make banking intentionally simple and incredibly powerful.
After the timeout for the Yotes, 2nd and 3 from the Rocky 45-yard line. Yotes on the drive, their 5th one of the afternoon. They trail by a point. Young fakes the pass. Young runs straight ahead, ran into a defender initially. He's going to get past the line of scrimmage up to the gain of 2 yards down to the 43-yard line. And he is short by a yard, so that'll make him 3rd down. And 1 yard to go for the first down.
We're down at 1.
3:50 and counting here in the second quarter of play. Yotes trying to keep the drive alive, a drive that started at their own 26. And in motion the right side, Mariero. Caden Young gets the first down as he went off the right tackle, got inside the 40, gets all the way down to the 33-yard line, a gain of 10 yards, and moved the chains for the College of Idaho.
Yeah, he was running that time behind his big right tackle.
Two receivers left side, one to the right, split out wide to the left is Jackson Ames. Corbin Freeze in the slot. Going to be a keeper by Young again. Young found a hole. Young off to the races. He's going to be tripped up at the 6. Otherwise, he would have been into the end zone. Making the stop on Young was Sean Tutty, and that was a shoestring tackle that saved 6 points. From the 33 down to the 5, a gain of 28 yards and a first down. And here's a handoff to Byington. Byington gets a yard, maybe. Now they're going to say a yard. Caden Young has done a nice job on his feet this afternoon for the College of Idaho, as he's got 7 carries for 72 yards on the day. It is 2nd and goal from the 4. Yotes looking for their first lead of the afternoon. 2:07 and counting here in this first half of play. Caden Young out of the gun. He's got Byington on his left, and now a whistle, and we're going to have a timeout as the Yotes want to talk it over. Nope, media timeout, because we've reached the 2-minute warning. That's relatively new to the NAIA, so we'll take a timeout as well. 1:59 left in the first half. 7-6 our score. Battlin Bears on top of the College of Idaho. Back in a moment on the Back here at Herb Klindt Field, 2 minutes left as they put the extra second back on the clock. Media timeout with 2 minutes in the half now at the NAIA level. And Dave, it was a very promising first quarter for the Battlin Bears. They led 7-0, but the drive that started at the end of the first for the College of Idaho, they able to march down 91 yards down the field and score a touchdown. Blocked point after attempt, made it 7-6 with 10:19 left. And since then, the Battlin Bear offense have had 3 consecutive punts, and the College of Idaho is knocking on the door to take the lead.
Yeah, knocking on the door big time at the 5-yard line or 4-yard line.
Second and goal from the 4. 2 receivers left side. Mario blowing hair off the back of the helmet. He's on the right-hand side. Young pitches it to Mario. Mario dives across the goal line for the touchdown on the pitch from Caden Young to Travis Mariero from 4 yards out. And the Yotes have taken a 12-7 lead with the extra point pending.
Kind of checking out there to see if they're going to go for 2, but they're going to go for a single 1-point conversion.
On to attempt the extra points. Josh Horn, the holder is Max Clark. Horn's point after attempt was blocked earlier in the game. Snap is a little low. The kick is on its way. This one is plenty good as it went through the uprights deep towards the scoreboard. 1:55 left in the half. The Yotes have taken a lead. It is 13-7 on the Stockman Bank scoreboard here at Herb Klindt Field. We'll take a timeout. You are watching Battlin Bears football, brought to you by Urk Hotel, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Well, that touchdown drive for the Yotes going 74 yards on 8 plays as the kickoff is going to be fair caught by Trey Smith. Fair catch made a ways back there as they.
I think he was in the end zone.
He was in the end zone. Okay, he stepped out as I looked up, so I was like, "Ooh, was that down to the one?" But no, he
just in the end zone. I mean, he was just across the line. I kind of had to double take on that too. The fair catch it at the 1-yard line didn't make much sense, but Rocky will take over 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line.
25 now.
25
the kickoffs here. The NAI, that one changed a couple years ago. Let's see if the Bears can have a 2-minute drive, retake the lead. Novak, quick pass, the left-hand side. It's low, but it's caught by Haskin. Haskin's going to be wrestled out of bounds at the 30. And that is the first completion in the last 6 attempts for Trent Novak after he started 8 of 10 through the air. It's good for 5 yards on the pass. He did go out of bounds, only 5 seconds off the clock. Novak, 9 of 16, 150 yards through the air, and the touchdown on the opening drive, a 7-yard pass to Tough Adams. Passing on the right side, it's going to be caught. Getting away from the initial defender was the receiver, Tyler Abbott, and Abbott able to get back to about where he was hit previously. Did he get out of bounds? Yes, he did. He got out of bounds at the spot at the 32, so a gain of 2 yards. 3rd down and 3 from the 32-yard line. Battlin Bears looking to keep this drive alive and retake the lead. Goltz, the man in motion. We got a whistle and a false start. It's going to be called as Tyson Hunt, was the tight end in motion. And the false start is going to be called against Ivan Olivas, center. First penalty called that stands against the Battlin Bears. They had offsetting penalties earlier in the quarter. And one false start penalty against the Yotes back in the first quarter of play. Ball off the turf, picked up by Novak. Quick slide out. His pass is complete to Dylan Flatt, and Flatt stays in bounds, but he gets it up to the 36. A gain of 9 yards and a first down. Battlin Bears get the first down as 3 straight completions for Trent Novak. That pass to Tough Adams, too far out in front of him on the flat there on the left side. He had some running room if he was been able to bring it in, but it was too far out.
It does stop the clock, though, with a minute 17 to go in the half.
Battlin Bears trailing by 6 points after the 4-yard shuttle pass from Caden Young to Travis Mariero, and the point after attempt by Horn was good. Give the Yotes the first lead of the afternoon, 13-7. But Battlin Bears have it 2nd and 10 from their own 36. Tough Adams in motion, out of the backfield, and a quick throw here to the sideline. Has got it to the sideline past the line of scrimmage, but there was some pressure there. And I was looking for a receiver because I thought that might be a case for
intentional grounding. Yeah, but it wasn't. Goes an incomplete pass, brings up 3rd down, 10 yards to go. Rocky needs to get it up to about the 46-yard line if they want to keep the ball. Otherwise, they're going to have to punt it away.
Small GA airplane in the pattern at Logan International here, just crossing over the field. Might be one of the Rocky Archers. Didn't see it before I saw the shadow. 3rd and 10 from the 36. Pass on the backfield, complete to Adams. Adams cuts it up to the 40. He gets across the 40 and gets out of bounds at the 41-yard line. A gain of 5, but they're going to be short. Will they go for it or punt it away? They're going to do the safe play and punt it away. So the Yotes defense holds up. And for the 4th consecutive series, the Battlin Bears will punt it away. Jordan Legg, the 6'1", 185-pound sophomore out of Mesa, Arizona, will stand at his own 27 to punt it away. Travis Mariero awaiting the punt. It's going to take a rocky roll. It's going to bounce inside the 15, inside the 10, down inside the 5 as it went through the legs of the special teams player back, finally down at the 4-yard line. Great punt by Jordan Legg on the roll. 1st and 10 from their own 4 with 55 seconds. Dave, you would think, given that you're starting at your own 4-yard line, that head coach Mike Morosky will say, well, let's just play it conservative and take our 13-7 lead into the locker room, given the fact that they won the coin toss and deferred to the second half. But I'm not the head coach. 2 receivers right side. Caden Young from the shotgun just behind the goal line. He'll hand it off to Byington, and Byington gets it up to the 10 to the 11-yard line. Gain of 7 yards on his 8th carry of the day. Timeout called. And Dynas on the tackle for the Battlin Bears. Dynas is a 6'1" senior. 6'1", 180 pounds, senior out of Billings West. Timeout called by the Yotes. Well, Dave, if you convert here on 2nd and 3 from your 11, get out of the shadow of your own goalpost, figuratively that is, because the shadow is, of course, facing north, but that's the parlance. Do you then take a shot down the field if you get it up across the 20 or so?
Yeah, the Yotes have one timeout left, it looks like.
Okay.
So, yeah, continue to move the ball upfield. Probably use your sideline pass package to control the clock a little bit.
Again, you get the ball to start the second half. You have the lead already, so you don't want to do something foolish here and give it away. But only taken 11 seconds off the clock here and have gotten 8 yards on 2nd and 3. Here's the handoff again to Byington, and Byington gets the first down and more as the Yotes have really found the running game here in the second quarter. They're going to spot him down at the 23-yard line, a gain of 12 yards and a first down for the Yotes. I've got Riley Byington, 9 carries for 55 yards on the afternoon. That is the 7th rushing first down of the day for the College of Idaho. On the ground, I've got them for 126 yards. Excuse me. Got 131 yards. Pass short for the receiver there on the right side. I believe it was Corbin Freeze, the intended receiver. It falls complete. So brings up 2nd down and 10 with 9 seconds to go, and now they're going to take the formation that they'll just take the knee and let the clock run out to end the first half of play. College of Idaho takes a 13-7 lead over the Battlin Bears into the locker room here at the half at Herb Klindt Field. It's the 2025 season opener for your Battlin Bears. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll recap the first half. Battlin Bears trailing by 6 to the Yotes. Back in a bit. You're watching Battlin Bears football, presented by Eric Hotels on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Back at Herb Klindt Field, the 2025 season opener for your Battlin Bears. The halftime score 13-7. College of Idaho taking the lead late in the second quarter. Recap how the scoring happened. Battlin Bears, they got the opening series because College of Idaho won the toss, elected to defer to the second half. On the opening kickoff, which started at their Battlin Bear 24-yard line, Bears marched down the field as they had their first down coming on a rushing first down on the legs of Tough Adams, and then a number of first downs through the air on Trent Novak pass completions to both Dylan Platt and then to Darius Haskin. They got it down into Yotes territory. The Bears ended up scoring on a 7-yard pass from Trent Novak to Mr. Adams. The point after attempt by Drake was good. That gave Rocky a 7-0 lead with 11:31 left in the opening quarter of play. On the first possession for the College of Idaho, they went 3 and out. Good showing by the Battlin Bears defense. That gave Rocky the ball back at their own 30-yard line. Battlin Bears got it into Yote territory and decided to go for it on 4th and a yard, and they came up short, turning it over on a loss of downs. College of Idaho got it back at their own 36-yard line on their second possession. They got a quick first down and then went 3 and out on that drive. Bears got it back. They got a first down and then went 3 and out as they started their own 14, punted it back over to College of Idaho with 1:29 left in the first quarter. They started with it at their own 9-yard line. We had one play. At the end of one, it was 7-0. Rocky on top of the Yotes. But that drive that started at the end of the first quarter ended up going 10 more plays for the College of Idaho as they scored on a 6-yard pass from Caden Young to Jackson Ames. The point after attempt was blocked. Rocky at the time held on to a 7-6 lead. That came with 10:19 left in the second quarter. Ensuing possession for Rocky. It went a first down and then 3 and out. Gave it over to College of Idaho. They went 3 and out on that possession. That was their fourth possession. Battlin Bears on their fifth possession in the afternoon, 3 and out. And then that gave the ball back over to the Yotes at their own 26-yard line. Yotes would go 8 plays, 74 yards in 5 minutes and 14 seconds. A lot of the yards gained on the ground, but the touchdown came on a 4-yard shovel pass from Caden Young to Travis Mariero. Horn's point after attempt was good to make it 13-7 with 1:55 left. Bears got it back, got a first down, went another 3 and out, and the Yotes ran out the half to take a 13-7 lead into the locker room at the halftime break. Team statistics-wise, it's fairly close overall yardage. College of Idaho with 202 yards of offense on 18 carries and 131 yards on the ground. Caden Young, the quarterback, with 7 of those for 72 yards. Their primary running back, Riley Byington, 9 carries for 55 yards. Riken Echohawk, a carry for 3. Travis Mariero on an end around went 1 carry for a yard. Through the air, Caden Young, 10 of 16 passing for 71 yards and 2 touchdowns. Again, 202 total yards of offense for the Yotes in the first half. Meanwhile, for the Battlin Bears, they've got 187 yards of total offense, 166 coming through the air. Trent Novak, after the opening drive where he went 4 for 5 for 67 yards and a touchdown, started the afternoon 8 of 10 for 145 yards through the air. Then he threw 5 straight incompletions, but at the end of the half, 12 of 21 for 166 yards in his first game back in over a year. The Battlin Bears have been limited to 21 yards on the ground. Duff Adams got 7 carries for 21 yards. Trent Novak was sacked for 5-yard loss, and Brock Ping has 4 carries for 5 yards to net 21 yards on the ground and 187 total yards of offense for the Battlin Bears. Penalty-wise, it was pretty even. Only 2 penalties called against College of Idaho in the first half. They had a false start and a holding penalty. The holding penalty was actually for no yards lost because of where the penalty was called. And then the Battlin Bears only had 1 false start penalty in the first half for a loss of 5 yards. No turnovers in the first half. Been a clean game. But at the break, we have a 13-6 score on the Stockman Bank scoreboard. Yotes lead the Battlin Bears by 6. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our halftime interview with the head coach for the golf team here at Rocky Mountain College, Nathan Bailey. Back with us in a moment. You're watching Battlin Bears football, brought to you by Eck Hotel, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Back live at Herb Klindt Field, it's halftime of the 2025 season opener between the Battlin Bears and the Yotes of College of Idaho. Yotes leading 13-7. Step aside from football for a moment. There's lots of other fall sports going on, and I'm pleased to be joined by the head golf coach for Rocky Mountain College, Nathan Bailey. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Seems like it was just a year ago that we talked last. And it was about this time last year. But your guys' season underway, and you have matches coming up here on Monday.
Yeah, we have our Rimrock rivalry with MSUB. It's a Ryder Cup style format. So we do 3 days, 3 different courses. 4-ball the first day, foursomes the second day, which 4-ball is best ball, foursomes is the alternate shot, and then we do singles matches the last day.
Okay.
So, yep.
And then you'll get into conference play after that, I presume.
Yeah, we go week after. We go to Dickinson State. We got a week off, and then we're back here we host our tournament at Laurel Golf Club.
Okay.
Those are our first 2 conference tournaments to start the year.
For the returners, who's coming back to the team from last year?
Yeah, we have on both sides. We have quite a few seniors. A lot of good experience coming back for us on the men's and the women's. Christian Burkelsa, he's transferred from UTEP over a year ago. He was conference player of the year, conference champion. So he's back. Aiden McDonough, he's been here. He's a senior. And then Jared Smith's also a senior. So all 3 of those guys were part of our conference championship and nationals team. And then we have 2 newcomers this year, some young guys that have a lot of experience, on the amateur level. Sam Norman from Laurel, really good stick. Then Ty Boone, who's a Billings product, he's AA state champ a couple of years ago. He's transferred in from Southern Indiana.
Oh, okay.
So those 2 will kind of round out our top 5. And then we have, quite a few freshmen, new guys that came in, and some returners as well. So I mean, really, 1 through 10, we're a very deep team, but our top 5 are tournament ready and very experienced. So excited about that side. Our women's side, kind of the same thing. We have three seniors, a lot of experience. They've been 3-time conference champions the last 3 years, and nationals 3 years in a row. So from a team that made the cut and finished 13th at nationals last year. So they have a lot of experience, and we have 2 sophomores back this year. Kirsten Smith from Colorado and Olivia Webinger from Laurel, who were on that team and at nationals. So really looking at both teams to be really solid, both sides, and really excited about this year. It's, we have a lot of seniors, a lot of experience. So it should be a good year.
What was that trip to nationals like for the teams last year?
It's always a great time. The women were in Michigan, over at Eastern Michigan's course in near Ann Arbor. And the guys were at TPC Deer Run, which is always one of my favorite places to go to. The PGA Tour hosts the John Deere Classic there. So, it's great to be in that field and to play against all the best teams in the nation and see how you stack up. I think our guys, didn't play as well as we could have last year. So I know they're itching to get back there and kind of have another shot at that. Obviously, the girls were a great surprise. They stepped up when it mattered, and both nationals will be at the same place this year.
Okay.
So looking to get back there and knowing the course now a little bit. So, but those are always great trips. I mean, the end of the year, it's you kind of hit your goals, check those boxes off, and to see putting in all that work throughout the year to see how you're going to do.
Talking with Nathan Bailey, the head golf coach here at Rocky Mountain College. And Nathan, are the national tournaments, are they the championship, are they the same weekend or are they offset?
No.
I was going to say, because logistically, that would be hard for you to be a couple different places at once.
No, they're back to back.
Okay.
So, I'm on the road for 2 weeks, go to one and go straight to the other one. So it's 2 weeks away from home, which is tough, but it's a great time. Like, we have such good kids that they love to grind and love to compete and love to have a lot of fun at the same time. So they're great weekends to spend with those guys and on the golf course. And but yeah, back-to-back weeks, so it's a long time away from home.
Absolutely. Well, we've talked about it off the air, but the conference looks a little different this year.
It does.
How so?
Yeah, so obviously the North Star, joined the Frontier this year in all sports. But we've kind of been I would say kind of we've done very well in the Frontier Conference in the last few years. This year will be different. Obviously, you got Bellevue, who is a very seasoned team. Nationals, they go to nationals every year as well. So I don't really know what to expect from their girls because they have 5 new freshmen, but they're always good. The guys team's very solid. So and Dickinson State's no slouch either.
Okay.
They're always solid. So it's great to have more competition. It's going to be great for the conference, obviously, on a national ranking side as well. Tougher opponents and seeing those guys several times a year. So I'm excited. I know we have 2 teams that can compete very well with them, and I think they're excited to have more competition at conference championship and see how we do. So it should be a really really tough year, but excited for it.
I know on the football side with the 2 divisions, each of the division winners both gets seeds into the postseason. Is that same with golf as well? Or is it just
our conference championship in April. Just the winner of each gets the automatic bid. Obviously, there's a chance for an at-large bid, and I think we have a better chance at that for like the second place team, just because our conference is going to be better and we have more ranked teams in there. So you never know, but the winner gets the AQ.
Talk a little bit about recruiting. I mean, you got people that are coming from both locally but all over the nation. What's the recruiting like to say, hey, come to Rocky Mountain College and play golf?
Yeah, it's completely different from men to women. So I always feel it's tougher to get girls to play golf.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of local talent here from the Billings area, from Montana. I get kids from Vegas has been a good pipeline for us. Had some really good players come out of there, and currently on the team. Kind of both sides of the United States, and get a lot of international talent. I got right now several from Canada, Europe, Christians from Slovenia, Aiden's from Australia.
Wow.
Got a girl from Colombia. So, I mean, yeah, you're looking at all parts of the world. International is, especially on the golf level, is very popular for those golfers to come to the States and play college. I mean, that's across the board in every level. A lot in the NAI you see though too. But yeah, it's a nonstop job. I mean, it's year round. You're always looking for good players, locally and abroad. So it never stops. But it's fun. It's good to meet a lot of new kids around the world, and you get. We've done really well. Now they're starting to reach out to me, which is really cool to see. And so, no, it's a fun time. I enjoy it.
And Rimrock rivalry starting on Monday. Where is that played at?
So Monday, the 4-ball, we are at Yagan.
Okay.
Tuesday, the foursomes alternate shots at Lake Hills, and then our singles matches will be at Laurel Golf Club. And each day we're starting at 1 o'clock.
Can people come out and watch?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. The more the merrier. I mean, I know golf, we don't get a lot of people out rooting us on, but this is not a normal golf tournament. Like, our players can have caddies. We got parents caddying.
Oh, wow.
We got former players caddying.
Okay.
We've had the ski team caddy for some of our golfers before. So, no, if we can get as many fans out there and be rowdy, I mean, it's Ryder Cup style. So,
Sure.
I mean, everyone's seen the Ryder Cup and how crazy that gets. So, yeah, I'd love to have people out there rooting us on.
And the cup is named after somebody.
Mike Grob.
Yeah.
Mike Grob, former tour player, Canadian, tour, has some wins. And then Leslie Spalding on the women's side, who is both prominent golfers in Montana.
Absolutely.
So,
Well, exciting that golf is back underway. Thanks for taking a little time to talk.
thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Head coach Nathan Bailey of the Rocky Mountain College golf team. We'll take another timeout. When we come back, we'll be about set for a second half. It's the 2025 season opener between the Battlin Bears and the Yotes of College of Idaho. 13-7 our score. Yotes with the lead. Back in a moment. You're watching Battlin Bears football presented by Urk Hotels, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. getting set for the second half of play. And while I think about it, I want to say thank you to Savannah Davis, who is our producer engineer, and Kate Tombre, our cameraman this afternoon, alongside Dave Riley. Kyle Riley with you for the play-by-play here on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel, the 2025 season opener for the Battlin Bears. They're down by 6 the second half. Dave, what are your keys for the victory here in the second?
For the Bears, they need to control the ball more. They've had some quick 3 and outs in that first half of play. Had a good drive to begin the ball game. The short passes seem to work better for the Bears in this ball game. The running game has been fairly good too, but like I said, Rocky needs to control the ball more. They want to keep it out of the hands of the Yote offense in the second half if they want to get back into this ball game. They're only down by 6 points. Again, that extra point miss by Yotes could turn out to be the deciding factor in the ball game. Anytime you have a miscue like that on an extra point, that can come back to haunt you later on in the ball game.
It was a little interesting that Coach Morosky for the Yotes decided not to go for 2 on the second touchdown, but of course it was still in the first half. You know that you still have field goal opportunities if you need it down the stretch. So the Battlin Bears will kick it off here to start the second half because College of Idaho won the toss and deferred. Here is the kickoff by Jordan Legg. It's going to be a couple yards deep in the end zone, taken by the return man. On the return, that is Patterson. Razel Patterson out of Sparks, Nevada, gets it up to the, call it, 18-yard line. And the Battlin Bears will take over there with 14:55 left in the third quarter.
Return didn't work that well for the Yotes. As he was in the end zone, he could have downed it there and started from the 25-yard line.
As a return man, I can only imagine it's hard to think I can't do better than 25s. 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Ball on the right hash mark as the Yotes going north to south here at Herb Klindt Field to start the second half. Handoff to Byington, who had a good amount of carries in the first half. He gets ahead to the 19 for a gain of 1. He had 9 carries for 55 yards in the first half. 10:56 now. Dylan Dynas on the stop for the Battlin Bears. Dylan, the senior out of Billings West. 2nd and 9 from the 19-yard line. They're bunched up again here on the right hash mark. 1 receiver right side, man in motion right to left. That is Freeze. Cade Young out of the shotgun pass to Mariero, complete at the 25, and Mariero quickly skirts across the 30 to the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 13 and a first down. 11 of 17 passing for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns for Cade Young. Caden Young, the 6'3", 215 redshirt out of Emmett, Idaho. 1st and 10 from the 32. Fake the pass, now a quick one down the right side. Through Mariero's hands. Incomplete. We got a flag in the backfield. Young had it on the helmet by one of his linemen, Liam Hayes.
Late hit that time on the Bears.
Roughing the passer. Never a good thing for any team. Battlin Bears, only their 2nd penalty called this afternoon. 2nd one accepted, holding penalty that offset a pass interference back in the 2nd quarter. But this will move the ball up to the 47-yard line. So a first down on the penalty. The 8th first down of the afternoon. Check that. 12th first down of the afternoon for the Yotes. And now just shy midfield. Carried by Byington. Bounces off a man at the 49. Gets into Rocky territory. On ahead to the 44-yard line. Gain of 8 yards. 2nd 9. The carry by Byington. He has done a nice job in between the hash marks for the Yotes.
Excellent job of breaking that first tackle on those run plays like that. Basically got that 8 yards on his own.
2nd and 1 from the Rocky 44-yard line. Opening drive of the second half. Yotes leading by 6. And 2 touchdowns in the second quarter to take the lead. This point after attempt, the difference initially. Pass on the right side, and that's good defensive effort there for the Battlin Bears. Sean Tutty on coverage of the receiver, Torrey Watkins. Tutty did a nice job of turning around as he got his arms up to get in the way of that inbound pass.
He actually had a better chance of catching the ball than the wide receiver did. Wide receiver turned into a defender there.
Stops the clock with 12:52 left. Handoff. Byington trying to get ahead, and he got half yard off. Now we've got multiple flags coming in. We had a Battlin Bear helmet that came off. Some
Flags have been thrown.
Yeah.
So
4
somebody's
flags
going to
on
get
the field.
get a call against him.
Good stop for a loss of a yard initially on the carry by Byington, but let's see what happens here at the end of
Plethora of dirty laundry down there.
player had to come out for a play after a helmet came off. All right. Unsportsmanlike penalty called against Ashton Patterson, the right guard for the Yotes, the 6'4", 315-pound senior, called for the 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty. All right. So there was the one penalty towards the disqualification. You can get 2, obviously. It'll be 4th and 16, and the Yotes will have punted away. Horn with a nice spiraling punt. It's going to be taken at the 17-yard line by Trey Smith. The Bears will have it for the first time in the second half, starting at their own 17-yard line, down by 6. Get it back with 12:28 to go here in the third. Well, you give up a personal foul to give a first down into Rocky, or just shy of Rocky territory. They get into Rocky territory, and then an unsportsmanlike conduct pushes them back, and Rocky's defense holds.
Let's see if the offense can perform now in this second half of play.
Trent Novak. And back after a year hiatus, coming back from the hip injury, handoff to Tough Adams, and Adams gets ahead. Be a drop for a loss of a yard. Yes, he is. Tough, that is his 8th carry of the afternoon. Novak drops back to pass. Pass over the middle is complete and double teamed on the coverage. The catch is made for the Battlin Bears by Tyler Abbott, but Abbott was sandwiched between 2 defenders. Call it a gain of about 2 yards. We'll bring up 3rd down and 9 from the 18-yard line. Bears on their first possession of the second half, trailed by 6 to the College of Idaho Yotes. Yotes played last weekend at home against Eastern Oregon and won. There's a flag in the backfield. Catch is made by Haskin. It's complete. The defender went past. Haskin across the 40 up to the 45-yard line. Let's see if it counts or not. It would be a completion of 27 yards. The Yotes signaling it's going to be against the Bears. Holding penalty called against the Battlin Bears. Half the distance to the goal. Will take it back to the 9-yard line. So not what the Bears wanted after it looked like they were going to get a 27-yard pass completion. Haskin had the defender go by him after he made the catch and picked up about 15 extra yards after the catch, but all for naught. That'll bring up 3rd down and 19 from the 9-yard line. Pass complete at the 19. Caught by Tyler Abbott. He falls ahead to the 20. That'll be a gain of 11 yards, but it's not going to be enough as the ball will still be short of the first down marker by 7 yards. Battlin Bears forced to go 3 and out. A holding penalty did not help in that instance. Jordan Legg, sophomore, on to punt it away. That one a rolling off of his foot, gets into Yote territory, rolls back, and Mariero will cover it up at the 43-yard line. So it'll be excellent field position for the Yotes at their own 43 with 10:05 left in the half. Got a timeout, media timeout. Step aside in a moment, but before we do, Dave, tell us who sponsors Rocky Mountain Sports.
Well, as always, Rocky Mountain College has partnered with Urk Hotels for the 25-26 streaming season. Urk Hotels, based in Missoula, Montana, has been managing and developing lodging properties in the Northwest region for more than 30 years. With their partners and investors, they've developed and built hotels in Montana, Washington, and Idaho, currently managing 900 guest rooms, 22,000 square feet of conference space. At Urk Hotels, they're dedicated to serving their people and properties, inspiring a culture of exceptional hospitality and delivering maximum value to their investors and partners. So thank you, Urk Hotels, for your support of Rocky Mountain College athletics.
10:05 left in the third quarter of play, 13-7. College of Idaho on top of Rocky Mountain College. Back in a moment. You're watching Battlin Bears football presented by Urk Hotels, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. All right, we are set for the second possession of the half for the Yotes. They get it at their own 38-yard line. Testing. Pass complete to Mariero. A screen pass on the left side. He got it behind the line of scrimmage. He follows his blockers up across the 45 to the 47-yard line. A gain of 9. Addison on the tackle for the Bears. 2nd and 1 from the 47-yard line. Travis Mariero, 4 receptions now for 47 yards. Fake the handoff, pass complete on the right side to Watkins. He's got the first down yardage and more as Watkins was hit at the 48. And then he goes forward into Rocky territory, out of bounds at the Rocky 48. That'll be a gain of 5 yards on the reception and a first down. Officially the 13th first down of the afternoon for Yotes. They're back into Battlin Bear territory at the Rocky 48-yard line. 1st and 10, 8:57 left in the third. Screen pass left side. Watkins has a defender go by. Watkins gets away. Watkins up to the 40, knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line. That'll be a gain of 9 yards on his second straight reception. And now, Caden Young, 14 of 21 passing, 2 touchdowns. He's got 107 yards through the air. Remember, 131 yards on the ground in the first half for the College of Idaho. They really opened it up on the ground in the second. Torrey Watkins, a 6'3", 220-pound senior out of Snohomish, Washington. That's where I did my private pilot training way back. Caden Young, pressure all over him, somehow gets away, and now he will throw it out of bounds. He was outside of the pocket, but he was running for his life and was able to get it away to the sideline.
He actually had a little running room. He could have tucked the ball in and taken it upfield. May have gotten a first down because he had a lot of green in front of him.
Credit that front seven for the Battlin Bears: John Aragon, Tim Gray, Dakota Sage, Jabari Madison, Mason Browning, Cade Reynolds, and Sean Tutty providing the pressure that time around. 3rd down and 1. Caden takes the snap, rolls out. Green pass, Byington wide open. Nobody within 3 yards of him. Makes the catch, gets down inside the 30. Byington will be brought down. They'll spot it down at the 25-yard line. Again, a 14 yards on the screen pass and a first down.
It's amazing how wide open the wide receivers for the Yotes are in this ball game. There's been a lot of it's going to be interesting watching the film for Rocky Mountain College of this ball game because their defense definitely has missed a lot of the coverages in this ball game.
1st and 10 from the Rocky 25. 2 receivers right side. Freeze in the slot right side. Mario split out to the left. Young fakes it. He will tuck it under. He will come over left side inside the 20, get pushed out of bounds at the 15. That's where they do spot it. And actually, they're going to spot it at the 14. Gain of 11 and a first down for the Yotes. That is the 5th play of the drive. Of course, it started at their own 38-yard line. We got 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Already 3+ minutes into this drive. Yotes knocking on the door in the red zone. 3 receivers right side. Caden Young has Riley Byington on his left hip. Now Byington goes in motion. And now following Byington on the block, Young has got a corner to the end zone. No, he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 1. Got a penalty marker on the field, so let's see if it comes back. Initially going to be spotted. Well, they're going to call a holding, so it doesn't matter where it was going to be spotted. Penalty called against College of Idaho. Was at the 4, now goes, oh, they're going to spot it at the 14-yard line. Was at the 9, so from where the spot of the foul was a loss of 5 yards. Always makes the penalty yardage a little interesting. It'll be 1st and goal. No, actually, they can get a first down. 1st and 10, excuse me, 1st and 12 from the 16-yard line. How about that? Young on the keeper. Young trying to go straight ahead, gets it to the 15. And they're going to spot him down at the 14-yard line. A gain of 2 for Young. That's his 9th carry of the afternoon. He's got 85 yards on the ground. Riley Byington, 11 carries for 65 yards on the ground for Yotes. We're under 6 minutes to go as the clock just keeps ticking on down here in the 3rd quarter. Second possession of the half for the Yotes. They lead 13-7. They are trying to take a 2-score lead. 2 men in motion. Torrey Watkins and the tight end Will Hook. Young got pressure. Young pass is going to be dropped. And turning upfield before he brought it in was Torrey Watkins. Otherwise, he probably has the first down, maybe 6 points.
Kind of an interesting setup offensively for the Yotes as they stacked up 3 wide receivers out on the right-hand side. And a good defensive effort by Rocky as they covered everybody that time, and the pass goes incomplete.
So it'll be 5:27 left here in the third quarter after the incomplete pass. Again, trips right side. Byington on the right hip of Young, working out of the shotgun. They have it on the left hash mark, going towards the south end zone. Yotes leading by 6, looking for another score. Yotes, quick pass. That was too far out in front of Watkins. And some good pressure there on the front four that forced Young to pass it a little too quickly.
Looks like they might be going for a field goal.
That is exactly what it appears. They had Will Botch listed as the kicker, but Josh Horn, who handles the punting duties, is also going to handle the field goal duties, as this will be a 31-yard attempt from just inside the left hash mark. Here's the snap, the hold by Max Clark, the kick on its way, and it is good. 31-yard field goal by Josh Horn will make it 16-7. 5:20 left in the third quarter of play. Yotes on top by 9. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Battlin Bears football, presented by Eric Hotel, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Back here at Herb Klindt Field, Dave, that drive, 8 plays, 4 minutes and 45 seconds. A 31-yard field goal by Josh Horn. Horn coming into the game, he didn't kick a field goal last week. Last year, Horn was actually have field goal attempts for Horn. Will Botch is what was doing the kicking duties last year for the Yotes. Kickoff, couple yards deep in the end zone. It's going to be taken by Trey Smith, and Smith gets across the 10, then he is brought down, spun around to the 12-yard line, and that's where Rocky will take over on their second possession of the afternoon, second half of the
Looking for a flag on that play. Anytime you have a running back get spun around like that, usually you have a face mask penalty. But there was no flag on the play.
He found. So let's see if the Battlin Bears offense can get a sustained drive going here. They had one in the first drive of the afternoon and have been able to move the ball much since. Pass complete on the left-hand side of the 14-yard line to Tyler Abbott. Abbott has been a favorite receiver, as that's his third consecutive catch of the half. Brent Novak has targeted him 5 times on the afternoon.
He drew two defenders that time as well.
All right. A 5-yard penalty on an offside penalty, so negates the pass. But the Battlin Bears get 5 yards. 1st and 5 now from the 17. He'll take yards any way you can get them. That was 3 more than they would have got on the pass completion. Start with it. 1st and 5 from the 17. Ball just inside the right hash mark. Novak working out of the shotgun. He's done all the afternoon. That is a pass. It is a forward pass, but not by much, as Tough Adams was chasing after just to make sure they weren't going to say it was a live ball.
That was overthrown from the get-go by Rocky.
Adams had some space. The pass had not been out in front of him. 2 receivers split out to the left. Abbott in the slot. Darius Haskin is the receiver wide left. Eric Lira, the receiver here on the right side. Take the handoff to Tough Adams, and the catch is made at the 25, cutting across the field. Eric Lira, that's his first reception of the afternoon. Nope, check that. That's his 3rd reception of the afternoon.
Rocky got a first down on that play.
Go from the 17 to the 26. Good for 9 and the first down. Bears get their first down of the second half, coming through the air. It's going to be an actual handoff to Tough Adams. Fake the throw, and the front 7 for the Yotes were not confused by that as they bring down Adams. Going to spot him down for a loss of a yard. Adams, 9th carry for 19 yards on the day. .338 left in the 3rd. Lira in motion, going to the left side. Pump fake. Now pass complete to Haskins. He's got open field. He's off for the races. Haskins is gone. He will go in from 75 yards out, and the Battlin Bears get it back within 3. Darius Haskin on the slot left side made the catch, and he was gone. 75 yards for the touchdown. The sideline warning on Rocky after the play. A little excessive celebration perhaps, but how can you not be excited about a 75-yard touchdown pass? On to hold is Evan Rowan. Here's the kick by Drake. It is up and it is through. And we've got ourselves a 2-point ball game. 16-14 our score. 3:23 left in the 3rd. Battlin Bears trailing by 2 to the College of Idaho Yotes. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching the Battlin Bears football presented by Urk Hotels on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Well, Dave, you'll take a 4-play, 88-yard drive in a minute 52 when it accounts for 7 points. Battlin Bears back within 2. The kickoff by Horn. And a return up across the 15 by Patterson. He's going to be brought down at the 19-yard line. The Battlin Bears back within 2, and it was a nice response by the Battlin Bears after their offense was forced 3 and out in the first drive of the second half. So let's see if the defense can step up one more time and force a turnover or 3 and out. Starting at their own 19-yard line with 3:18 left in the third. College of Idaho. Under the helm is Caden Young working out of the shotgun. Pitches out left side to Byington. Byington cuts inside the blocker. Byington up to the 25. He was hit in the open field. A nice open field tackle that time around by Dylan Dinas. A gain of 6 yards on the carry by Byington, his 12th carry of the afternoon. I've got him 6 carries. There's going to be 12 carries for 72 yards. 2nd and 4 from the Yote 26-yard line. 25. Browning coming in quickly. A handoff fake to the running back. Toss over here to Watkins on the left sideline. Watkins stopped by Dinas. And there'll be a reception good for 2? Yeah, 2 yards. 16 of 26 for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's what I got Caden Young for the tally through the air for the Yotes. Down to 2:15 and counting in the third. Yotes leading by 2. 3rd down and 2 from the 27. One receiver split out either side. 2 men in the backfield along with Young. He fakes the pitch out left. Young looking over the middle. Young's pass complete by Freeze. It's completed the 38. Freeze across the 40 up to the 45-yard line. A gain of 18 yards. And again, Dave, another open receiver for the Yotes.
Yeah, good tackle again on the play by number 38. Rocky Mountain College, who had to catch him from behind on that play.
14th first down of the afternoon by my count for the Yotes. Get a fresh set of downs. It is 16 to 14. Under a minute and a half to go in the third. Freeze in motion. Fake the handoff to him. Straight ahead is Young. He's got running room. First down and more. Young into Rocky territory down to the 41-yard line. A gain of 14 yards and move the chains again for College of Idaho. This time a first down on the ground for the Yotes. Their first rushing first down of the second half. Young going to try and go again, and Young's going to be caught from behind by Dakota Sage that time around. Dakota says, nope, you're not going to get away. They're going to give him no gain on the play. So he's still a yard shy of the century mark for Caden Young. Dakota Sage, 6 foot, 300-pound junior out of Gooding, Idaho, a redshirt junior. Arrow in motion. Fake the handoff to Byington. Now a screen pass left side to Byington. He's got a blocker. Byington cuts back inside of him. He gets inside the 40 down to the 35 and a late flag. A little extracurricular activity there between Cade Reynolds and young man for the offense for the Yotes, number 44, Mason Michael. Personal foul called against Mr. Reynolds, 15-yard variety there. That was after the play. That went to the 41, so it was a 4-yard pass. Then 15 more yards after that. Second penalty via the first down, or second first down via the penalty. That's what I meant to say. And that is the end of the third quarter of play. 16-14. Yotes on top. The Battlin Bears will take a timeout, come back for the fourth. You're watching Battlin Bear football, presented by Urk Hotels, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. All right, Dave, we're set for the final 15 minutes of regulation. And pressure in the backfield. Byington gets it. He'll take it on ahead. The 18-yard line. They'll call it a gain of 2. Byington's 13th carry of the afternoon. Two receivers left side. Mariero split out to the right. Young out of the gun. Nobody in the backfield with him. Pass left side, boy. The closest to the pass was the defender cutting towards the sideline. The receiver there, that looked to be a mix-up on the routes between Freeze and Young.
Yeah, and the only reason it wasn't a pick six on that one was because the Rocky player was still defending a little bit too long. Had he been out there where the ball was at, he'd have had it and gone for a touchdown.
It's 3rd down and 8 from the Rocky 18-yard line. Can the defense hold for the Battlin Bears and force a field goal attempt? Young out of the gun. Young trying to go straight ahead. Young got a hold. Young's going to go in for the score, but wait, there are 2 flags. One came in from the umpire, one here from the near the head linesman, and this one, I think, will be coming back.
Yeah, that's in an area where you've got a holding penalty. Somebody in the line held somebody, I think. Well, that was a big hole for the quarterback.
I could have run through that.
I was about to say that myself. That was a big enough hole
We
for
both
either.
could have been running through
Side
that
by
hole.
side.
That's right. Like a Mack truck size hole. The holding penalty called against the Yotes. That'll move them backwards 4 yards net, but it'll bring up 3rd down and 13 now. Noise being made by the Rocky fans. Young with plenty of time, rolling out to his right. Young's got a man open. That's Watkins at the 15. Watkins gets ahead. He dives to the sideline here and lands out of bounds right at the 9. That'll be good for 14 yards. They needed 13. It's a 1st down for the Yotes. It'll be 1st and goal from the 9. 16th 1st down of the contest. 17th first down. First and goal from the 9. Young claps his hands, takes the snaps, hands off Byington. Byington trying to go off right tackle. Cade Reynolds will bring him down at the 5, a gain of 4. Byington, 14 carries for 78 yards on the afternoon. The Yotes have 181 yards on the ground, but they have not scored via a rushing touchdown as of yet. 5th play of the quarter coming up. 9th play of the drive that started at their own 19. Young, back, Watkins, open, touchdown, Yotes. Out on the left flat, no defender within a couple of yards, and backpedaling into the end zone is Mr. Watkins for the touchdown. Torrey Watkins, his first touchdown reception of the afternoon. Score coming with 12:57 left in the 4th. So the Yotes answer right back after Rocky scored late in the 3rd. Max Clark on to hold the attempt. On its way by Horn. It is up and good. 23-14. Yotes back on top by 9 with 12:57 to go in the 4th. You're watching Battlin Bears football presented by Eric Hotels right here on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Well, Dave, the Battlin Bears defense did not have an answer that time around as the Yotes go 9 plays, 81 yards in 5 minutes and 21 seconds. 4 and a 5-yard touchdown pass to Torrey Watkins from Caden Young. Here's the kickoff and a fair catch called for by Trey Smith. And a late flag coming in from over on the west sideline. That usually is indicative of a call against the bench, especially when a fair catch was, unless there was some extracurriculars happening between the special teams players down the far side. But we'll wait to see. Okay, so I have to admit there must be a rule change that I'm not aware of.
Yeah, fair
Apparently,
catch
if
in
you
the
make a
4-yard
fair
line.
catch inside the 5 or 10, it goes back to the 25. So we'll have to look up and see, but that one is new to me. On top of that, it'll be 1st and 10 at their own 40 after the personal foul. With it 12:57 left. Rocky, Novak looking deep down the right sideline. Intended receiver, and we got a flag coming in. The defender, Arnez Madison, thought he defended it cleanly, but the official signals otherwise as they were fighting for possession. Was trying to make out, I think it was Eric Lira over there on the pass attempt. Pass interference called. That'll be good for 15 yards, and that's a first down off the penalty for the Battlin Bears. So 30 yards on 2 consecutive penalties for the Battlin Bears gets them into Yote territory. 7 seconds off the clock so far on the drive. Novak drops, flicks right, rolls out left. Novak pump fakes. Novak slides feet first. He had a whole bunch of white jerseys around him, and he wisely slides down across the 45 They're going to say he gave himself up at the 45, so no gain. Only his second carry of the afternoon. The first one was on a sack. Trent Novak, I've got him 16 of 26 passing for 263 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. The only 2 scores for the Battlin Bears this afternoon. 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line of the Yotes. Over 12 minutes to go. Handoff to Adams. Adams trying to get to the line of scrimmage. That's all he will get to as he was tied up by a couple of defenders. Elton Saole Sue in on the stop. And that one 5 times fast. Ale Sue. Elton Ale Sue. 6'1", 220 pounds, sophomore. 3rd down and 10 from the Rocky 45. Novak drops back. Novak deep downfield. Oh, just outside of the reach of the intended receiver. Pass was intended for number 14, Jacoby Failer. Ball's incomplete. And a 4th and 10 forced by the Yote defense after the long strike attempt by Novak. Dave, there's no doubt Novak's got a decent arm on him. We've seen him air out a number of balls. That one, unfortunately, just had a little too much underneath it. Got a flag, and they blow it dead. The umpire threw the flag.
Did he run out of time?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I did not look up at the play clock. Probably indicative of a delay of game. Yes, it is. 5th penalty accepted against Rocky this afternoon. That'll push him back 5 yards, so that'll just give Jordan Legg a little more room to put a foot into it. Travis Mariero, I believe that's him standing back at his own 10-yard line. Legg, end over end punt. Fair catch is signaled for at the 18-yard line. And it's down at the 18. So we know it's at least not inside the 20 if the fair catch is made on a punt. Timeout call. We will take a timeout as well. Dave, before we go to the slides, why don't you tell us a little more about our sponsor of Battlin Bear Athletics?
Well, Herb Hotels again sponsoring the Rocky Mountain College streaming. Of course, Herb Hotels is based in Missoula, Montana. They manage and develop properties in northwestern region for over 30 years. With their partners and investors, they've developed and built hotels in Montana, Washington, and Idaho. And currently, they manage 900 guest rooms, 22,000 square feet of conference space. At Herb Hotels, they're dedicated to serving their people and properties, inspiring a culture of exceptional hospitality, delivering maximum value to their investors and partners. So thank you, Herb Hotels, for your support of Rocky Mountain College Athletics. I also want to thank our game day sponsor, Western Security Bank, proud sponsor of Battlin Bears football. With Western Security, you'll have the home field advantage with your hometown bank, community bank for your whole life. They're there when you need them, ready to build, save, provide a home, your business, whatever you need. And lending opportunities, it's Western Security Bank, where you get real people who make banking intentionally simple and incredibly powerful. Thank you, Western Security Bank, for your continued support of Rocky Mountain College Athletics.
Well, Dave talked about it with Coach in the pregame interview. Got 3 of his 5 starters on the offensive line are underclassmen. Got a couple of freshmen and a sophomore. But the one thing that stood out to me about the starting offensive line is they average 304 pounds amongst the 5 of them. And so I thought they might be able to establish a little more of a running game than what we have seen so far this afternoon. And I think that's probably the biggest difference that I've seen in this game between these.
And inexperience, they are underclassmen.
Right.
They haven't worked with each other for that long a period of time, so that can play into the situation as well.
1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Carry by Young across the 20 to the 21, 22. Let's see where they spot it. 21 is where they spotted a gain of 3.
Notice Caden Young likes to call his own number quite a bit in this ballgame.
He has, indeed. That's his 12th carry of the afternoon. That takes him over the century mark now, 102 yards unofficially. And, of course, the Yotes with the 9-point lead, content to let as much time go off the play clock as possible. They're down to 7 on the play clock now. Here's a snap. The low pass is caught by Mariero. Ball is loose. Did he have possession of it enough? It's recovered by Watkins. So it's out of the arms of Mariero, but Watkins falls on it. That's a fortunate turn of events for the Yotes, as that would have given Rocky excellent field position. (21 of 32) passing for 168 yards and 2 touchdowns. Check that, it should. Good Watkins pass down there. Catch made just across the midfield line by Jackson Ames, brought down at the 49. 30-yard pass completion. Handoff to Byington. I've got a flag coming in here from the side judge. Byington gets deep into Rocky territory, down to the 42, but let's see if this one is going to come back or not.
Going over to the Yote head coach, so it's likely going to be on the Bears.
On the Bears.
Yotes went with a quick snap that time, and they caught Rocky with an extra man on the field.
That'll move it over to the 44-yard line of the Battlin Bears. It'll be 1st and 5 for the Yotes. They lead by 9. Just over 9 minutes to go in regulation. Yotes 1-0 on the year. They came back in the second half last weekend at home against Eastern Oregon, winning by a score of 21-17. They were down 7-0 after one here at Herb Klindt Field. They had 2 second-quarter touchdowns, and then they added one late in the third quarter, or actually beginning of the fourth, I should say. Had a field goal in the third quarter. Carry by Byington gets it down to the 34-yard line, a gain of 10 and a first down. '18th first down of the afternoon, according to my stat sheet. First and 10 from the Rocky 34. Almost a minute has gone off the clock since we mentioned the time a moment ago. Tripped up in the backfield is Byington by Dinas. Byington falls ahead to the 32. Gain of 2 on the carry by Byington. That's his 16th carry of the afternoon. I've got him for 90 yards on the. Again, the clock continues to wind down. Splitting out wide left is Ames. On the right-hand side. Freeze. Nope, that is not Freeze. It's Wyatt New. Comes in the slot left side now. Ball on the right hash mark. 2nd and 8 from the Rocky 32. Fake the handoff. Young rolls out to his left. Young got some pressure. Young's going to slide feet first to the 30. He'll pick up 2 yards on the carry as good coverage on the play there by the Battlin Bears. Oh, they didn't move yardage marker at all. That's interesting. I thought he went down around the 30. Okay, no gain.
They didn't give him the slide.
No, but I thought he began the slide beyond the line of scrimmage. Nevertheless, 3rd down and 8 from the 32. I'm on the other side of the field, so I will not claim to have the best view. There we go. 6:50 and counting in the 4th. Out of the gun, Young takes a snap. Young's got time. Young puts it in the air. That one is going to be caught, falling backwards across the goal line. The catch is made for the touchdown by Jacob Morales, the 6'1", 165-pound freshman out of Port St. Lucie, Florida. And the Yotes have opened it up 29-14 with the extra point pending. A 32-yard touchdown pass. And they got to get the kicker on with 5 left to go on the game clock. Here's the snap, the kick. The kick is on its way. It is good. 30-14 with 6:38 left in regulation. The Yotes leading by 16 over the Battlin Bears. We'll take a timeout, come back. Don't go away. You're watching Battlin Bear football presented by Herb Hotels on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Well, Dave, the Yotes have scored on 3 consecutive possessions, and they've opened up a 16-point lead because of it. Battlin Bears trailing 30-14. Here's the kick taken at the goal line. The fair catch called for by Trey Smith. 1st and 10 for the Bears from the 25. Bears trailing by 16 with 6:38 left in the 4th. Well, we saw them put together a quick strike on their last touchdown drive. It only took 4 plays in 1 minute and 52 seconds. We know Trent Novak has a good arm, but they're going to be forced to go to the air, get back into this one. Starting at their own 25. 4 receivers set, 2 split out either side. Novak will take the snap out of the shotgun. Novak looking left side. Novak looking sideline. Eric Lira fighting. Lira fighting for it against the coverage of Deshaun Swafford. No flag that time around. Pass falls incomplete. Torrey Watkins, 10 receptions for 71 yards and a touchdown. Troy Mariero, 4 receptions for 40 yards. Jacob Morales just had the touchdown and reception, good for 32 yards. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Novak takes a snap. Novak looking over the middle. Pass is complete at the 29. Getting away is Lira. Lira's got some running room. He will run out of bounds at the 47-yard line. That's a gain of 22 yards and a 1st down. I like that play call, Dave.
Yeah, and the fact that he headed for the sidelines right away, stopped even the 1st down. Clock continues to move, though.
6:10 and counting. 6:08 left in the 4th. Novak, quick pass right side, complete to Haskin. Haskin gets past one defender. He does a little juke, gets past another. Haskin off to the races again, and he will go in from 53 yards out for the touchdown. 3 plays, 75 yards in under a minute as the Battlin Bears make it 30-20. Will they go for two?
Well, a 2-point conversion will put them within 8 points. Literally puts them within a touchdown of tying the ball game up with 5:55 left in the ball game, and they are going to go for two.
Novak working out of the gun. Got Haskin in motion. Looking right side. Over the middle. Pass through the arms of a defender. It was intended for Lyra. It goes incomplete, so it's 30-20 with 5:55 left. Well, can the Bears defense get a quick 3 and out? We'll find out in a moment. You're watching Battlin Bears football, brought to you by Eric Hotel, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Three plays, 75 yards. 43 seconds is all it took for the Battlin Bears to get their third touchdown of the afternoon. The two-point attempt failed. They're back within 10. Here's a squib kick, and that one got a flag coming in on the far side. It's going to be recovered by the Yotes at their own 46. And did we have a player that was too far out in front of the ball? Let's see what the call is. We believe it'll be a penalty against Rocky. Coach Stutz coming over to talk to the official there to get the call. Offsides called against the Yotes. The 9th penalty accepted against the Yotes this afternoon. And they will have another kick coming for the Battlin Bears. Gordon Legg hit up now from the 40 instead of the 35. Yotes fans down below says, okay, we'll give you a second chance. Probably heard that about Mike. 5:53 left in the fourth. Yotes on top by 10. And here's the squib, and it's going to be bouncing around. It's going to be recovered at the 44. Question is, who came up with it? We've got players signaling opposite directions, and now the officials say it's Yotes football.
There's always a lot that happens after the play on a squib kick like that.
Is
Takes a while for the referees to sort through the pile to figure out who actually has the ball.
Well, one would think with 5:50 left in the fourth, leading by 10, the Yotes are going to keep it on the ground. So let's see if that front seven for the Battlin Bears can come up with a quick 3 and outs. They have not been able to get a lot of stops on the ground against the Yotes this afternoon. I've got the Yotes for 196 yards of offense on the ground this afternoon. Low snap, hand off to Byington. Byington stopped initially at the line of scrimmage. He comes ahead to the 47-yard line, a gain of 2. His 17th carry of the afternoon for Riley Byington. Riley Byington, a 5'10", 210-pound sophomore out of Nampa, Idaho. He's not far from home, just to the west of Boise, of Caldwell by, 15, 20 miles. Clock winding down, 5:20 left in the fourth. 2nd and 8 from the 47. Young watching that clock wind down on the play clock. Pitches it out to, that is to Echo Hawk. Echo Hawk gets across midfield. Echo Hawk gets inside the 45, down to the 42. That's a gain of 10. And a first down. Check that, a gain of 11. That puts him over the century marker on the ground. 18 carries for 103. Check that. Wrong flag. Second carry of the afternoon for Echo Hawk. 2 carries for 14 yards. Nevertheless, over 200 yards on the ground this afternoon for the Yotes. Have them for 19 first downs on the day. Make the handoff. Young rolling out. Young's pass intended for the big tight end. Ball's incomplete. Intended for Will Hook, the 6'5", 240-pound redshirt sophomore out of San Jose, California. Well, if you're the Battlin Bears, you got to say thanks for stopping the clock. (30-20) our score. 4:23 left in the fourth. Ball on the left hash mark in Rocky territory at their 42. Young takes the snap with 5 to go on the play clock. Handoff. Echo Hawk again finds a hole. Echo Hawk inside the 25. He will be marked out of bounds at the 19-yard line. That's a gain of 23 yards and a first down for the Yotes. Echo Hawk, 3 carries now for 37 yards on the afternoon. Nine rushing first downs on the day for the Yotes. 3:42 left. Fifth receivers bunched up right side. Young out of the gun, hands off Echo Hawk. Echo Hawk stutter steps left side, trying to cut between left guard and tackle. He gets down to the 16, a gain of 3. Timeout called by the Battlin Bears, and you got to start stopping the clock now. That's their first timeout of the half with 3:31 left. Dave, we've got time for a read. Would you be so kind? Give us a.
I would do that for you, Carl. Rocky Mountain College has partnered with Herb Hotels for the 25-26 streaming season. Herb Hotels is based in Missoula, Montana. They manage and develop lodging properties in the northwestern region for more than 30 years now. They partner and investors have developed and built hotels in Montana, Washington, and Idaho, and currently manage some 900 guest rooms and 22,000 square feet of conference space. At Herb Hotels, they are dedicated to serving their people and properties, inspiring a culture of exceptional hospitality and delivering maximum value to their investors and partners. So thank you, Herb Hotels, for your support of Rocky Mountain College athletics.
All right, we've got 3:31 left in the fourth. Rocky trailing by 10 here in their season opener against the Yotes of the College of Idaho. Yotes been running it up the gut this afternoon, over 200 yards on the ground. It's 2nd and 7 from the 16 on the carry. Young on the keeper gets it about a yard. Barry Madison on the stop that time around for the Battlin Bears. Barry in the offseason after the end of the football season last year, he and Rodney Mike were often joining those of us that played noon hoops at the small gym here at the Fortin Center. And he does a fine job on the hardwood in addition to playing on the turf. Clock stop, second timeout called. Battlin Bears down to their final timeout. 30-20 our score. Yotes will have it 3rd and 6 from the Rocky 16. Battlin Bears would love to get a stop. The longest field goal, well, that was, again, my stats on the field goal side were for Will Botch, who kicked off to start the game, but his longest field goal last year was 32 yards. They didn't have a field goal last week against Eastern Oregon, but Josh Horn has been handling the kicking duties since the opening kickoff. Horn did hit a 31-yard field goal in the third quarter. If they stop him right here, it would be about a 38-yard field goal attempt. You got to get a stop. 2 receivers left side, 2 receivers right. 3rd down and 7 from the Rocky 16. Yotes. Man in motion is Mariero. Mariero, quick screen pass to him, complete behind the line of scrimmage. He gets down inside the 10. He is brought down at the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 9 yards, and that is good enough for the first down. Officials call a timeout. Somebody needing help off, and that's Mariero needing a little help after he made the catch and got the first down yardage. I think he maybe got the wind knocked out of him a little bit as they're helping him off here and holding on to his front of his chest pads. 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. 2 receivers right side. In the slot is Wyatt New. Young hands it off to Byington. Byington gets stopped initially at the 5. He goes on ahead. He's going to be just shy of the goal line. They're going to spot him down inside the 1. A gain of 8 on the carry by Byington. Officials call a timeout once again. And we've got a Rocky player down on the field this time around. It looks like a calf cramp, most likely. It was 74 degrees at game time. I had looked in between the 11 o'clock and noon report. It went up 5 degrees, and it's probably approaching the 82 that was the expected high this afternoon. It's been a beautiful afternoon for football to start the season. It's actually showing 79 degrees as of last hour here in the Magic City. And I have not seen the Rocky player who's down. Guessing, let's see here. Number gets up. It is Cade Reynolds, who has been running all over the field this afternoon for the Battlin Bears. He will walk up under his own power, which is good to see. Trainers out there to check him out, and they were trying to stretch out the calf on his right leg. Smoke in the area, just a few, some high cirrus clouds starting to move in from the west, but it has been a beautiful afternoon. The wind has barely been blowing all afternoon. 2.5 to go here in the 4th. 2nd and goal from the 1. When we come back from the stoppage of play for the injury timeout, again, Cade Reynolds walking off under his own power after getting that calf stretched out, so that's good to see.
They've started the clock.
They have started the clock, and of course, College of Idaho is content to let it wind down as much as it can. They'll probably call a timeout, which they do with 10 seconds left on the play clock. Oh, nope, they're going to let it go down to the 2-minute warning and let the media call the timeout. 2 minutes left in the contest, 30-20. Yotes on top. The Battlin Bears will take a timeout. You're watching Battlin Bears Yotes football, presented by Urk Hotels on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. We got the media timeout going on with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter of play at Herb Klindt Field. It's the 2025 season opener between the Battlin Bears and the Yotes of the College of Idaho. And Dave, Your thoughts?
Well, where do we go from here? What's our schedule look like, Kyle?
Well, talk about that, and I want to bounce one thing off of you here. Number of returners from last year's defensive squad. Last year, Battlin Bears gave up an average of 190 yards on the ground. So far this afternoon, I've got College of Idaho for 244 yards on the ground. Rocky's done a fine job through the air, but the biggest thing that I've seen so far this afternoon is inability to stop the run. And that is going to play a factor down the road.
Yeah, it remains to be seen. I kind of think personally, though, that as I watched today's game,
Second goal from the one, a direct snap to Byington. He will follow his blockers across the goal line for the touchdown. And to add the 245th rush yard of the afternoon, a rushing touchdown on the direct snap to Riley Byington, his first rushing touchdown this afternoon and of the year. It makes it 36-20, extra point pending. You were saying?
Well, I was going to say my thought is that the Rocky secondary needs to do a little work on their defense. That, to me,
yeah, there were a number of open
difference
receivers.
Yeah, Rocky, their defenders, the different offensive displays that the Yotes have put in there were very successful on the passing game. So I think all in all, Rocky has a little bit of work ahead of them. They've got to try and shore up some of the defensive miscues that were here. A lot of it's going to be watching the films, trying to figure out who needs to go where and do what in the future. It's good that they have 3 more non-conference games to try to iron out their problems before they actually face a conference opponent here in this newly aligned Frontier Conference Eastern Division.
The point after attempt by Horn is good. Makes it 37-20. Battlin Bears trailing by 17, a minute 57 left in the fourth quarter of play. That drive going 55 yards on 9 plays, 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Will Botch going to kick it off.
Wonder if we're going to see the backup quarterback for Rocky in this offensive set.
You know, given that this is Novak's first game back, I'd say no, let him finish it out. I mean, he's had a nice job through the air, 18 of 30 for 38 yards and 3 touchdowns. Obviously, you don't want him to get hurt, but I'm sure he probably wants to get a few more snaps in game action. Catch is going to be made at the 6-yard line. First and 10, Battlin Bears at the 25 after the fair catch. Got to find out what yard that starts with the fair catch now. Punt returns and on the kickoff return.
I would say inside the 10-yard line.
I'm thinking that's probably what it is. We'll get an answer from Coach.
Probably a
I went
decision,
looking for rule changes.
Probably a decision that they run backs. A lot of injuries are caused by the run backs of the kicks. Eliminates that.
Novak still in under center. Oh, well, at quarterback out of the shotgun. The catch is made, trying to fight for extra yardage. Haskin made the catch. Haskin is still down at the 26-yard line. Officials are discussing.
I don't think there's much discussion going on. They called timeout to sort things out a little bit to figure out where the ball's going to end up at, but I think it was a fumble.
Well, it was. I was trying to figure out if Rocky or College of Idaho recovered. College of Idaho has recovered. They're going to spot it down at the 23-yard line. And they are attending to Darius Haskins over there on the far side. He was the one that made the catch at the 26. He was fighting for extra yardage and lost the ball before he went down. And still helping him setting up now, which is good to see. Ball spotted at the 23 on the left hash mark of the Battlin Bears, but it most likely will be Yote back football at the 23. They lead 37-20. 1:49 left in the fourth. jump around, old school 90s hip hop being played on the public address system.
How about a nice hand for Darius Haskin? What about
Darius Haskin walking off a little gingerly, assuming a cramp there. The Yotes offense comes out after the fumble. The first fumble of the afternoon. And they take the victory formation. A knee taken by Young. Was under center for the first time this afternoon. Takes a knee back at the 24. Of course, the Yotes can let a fair amount of time run off the clock. They got this back with 1:49. Got 1:25 on the game clock. There's a 5-second differential between the play clock and the clock, as far as seconds are concerned. Down to 8 on the play clock. Another knee taken back at the 25-yard line by Caden Young, who had a nice afternoon both on the ground and through the air. Young, 24 of 36 for 235 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air, and then going to have 16 carries for 100 yards approximately on the ground. 3rd down and 12 from the 25. One more knee will be taken, and they will have to get one more playoff. Nope, that'll be it, because it's down to 31 seconds on the game clock, and there's 40 on the play clock. So the game will wind down. The final score this afternoon, the Yotes of the College of Idaho will improve to 2-0 on the year as they come away with the 37-20 victory over the Battlin Bears of Rocky Mountain College. We'll take a final timeout. When we come back, we'll recap the scoring and the stats in this one. You are watching Battlin Bear football, presented by Herb Hotels on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Back here at Herb Klindt Field one final time for the 6th of September. The final score on the Stockman Bank scoreboard, 37-20. College of Idaho over Rocky Mountain College this afternoon, spoiling the home opener and season opener for the Battlin Bears. Recap the scoring in this contest. Go back to the start of the ball game. College of Idaho won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so Rocky started with it at their own 24-yard line, and they marched down the field looking good on their opening drive. It went 8 plays, 76 yards, 3 minutes and 29 seconds. It was a 7-yard touchdown pass from Trent Novak to Mr. Adams. Point after attempt was good by Drake. That made it a 7-0 ball game. Duff Adams with the first receiving touchdown of the year. 11:31 left in the first. It was 7-0 Battlin Bears. That was our score at the end of the first, but College of Idaho was driving as they spanned the first and second quarters. That was their third possession of the afternoon. They ended up going 11 plays, 91 yards in 6 minutes and 10 seconds. They would score a 6-yard pass from Caden Young to Jackson Ames. Point after attempt was blocked. Made it 7-6 Rocky with 10:19 left. But on the ensuing drives, Rocky would go 1 first down and then a 3 and out. Their second possession of the second quarter was a 3 and out. Their third possession of the second quarter was a first down and then a 3 and out. And College of Idaho got their second touchdown of the afternoon late in the first half as they would go 9 plays, 74 yards in 5 minutes and 14 seconds. They would score on a 4-yard shovel pass from Caden Young to Troy Marinero. And the point after attempt was good by Horn. That made it 13-7. That was our score at the halftime break, as College of Idaho took a 6-point lead into the locker room at the half. College of Idaho came out. They had possession to start the second half. They would go a quick first down and then a 3 and out. Rocky got the ball at their own 17. They went 3 and out. And then on the ensuing drive, the College of Idaho started at their own 33-yard line. They would go 48 yards and get a 32-yard field goal completed by Josh Horn to give it a 16-7 lead at the 5:20 mark of the third. Rocky answered back. Starting at their own 12, they went 88 yards, 4 plays, only a minute and 52 seconds. They scored on a 75-yard touchdown pass from Novak to Darius Haskin. Drake's point after attempt was good, and Dave, it was 16-14 with 3:23 left in the third quarter, and you felt like the momentum was starting to change.
Yeah, it was, Kyle, but again, got to hand it to the Yotes. They had a good game plan throughout this ball game, and like you said, their running game was really potent. They definitely have a good running game coming into this season. Rocky, on the other hand, looks fairly well seasoned. They look fairly good, but again, they kind of lost their momentum there in the second quarter and again in the third quarter, and that last fumble kind of really sealed the deal for the Yotes deep in Rocky territory, and wasn't much Rocky could do after that.
No. So it was 16-14 at the end of the third. Rocky was in the process of, College of Idaho was in the process of driving at the end of the third quarter after Rocky scored to get it within the 2 points at 3:23 mark of the third. And as I had mentioned earlier, College of Idaho ended up scoring on 4 consecutive possessions, but they had 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns as they scored on a 5-yard pass from Young to Torrey Watkins. Orange point after attempt was good to make it 23-14 at the 12:57 mark. Rocky went 3 and out. College of Idaho got it back. They went 7 plays, 82 yards in 4 minutes and 44 seconds. It was a 32-yard pass from Young to Jacob Morales, who was wide open for a 30-14 lead at 6:38 mark. Rocky was forced to do a 3 and out, and the Yotes got it back to their own 45. They marched down the field. Actually, I had to take it back. I stopped. Rocky had the ball with 6:38 left in the fourth. They had a quick strike. 3 plays, 75 yards. It was a 53-yard pass from Trent Novak to Darius Haskin, his second receiving touchdown of the afternoon. They tried a 2-point pass play. It was incomplete. That made it 30-20 at the 5:55 mark. College of Idaho got it at their own 45 after Rocky tried the onside kick, and the Yotes ran a 9-play, 55-yard drive in 2 minutes and 53 seconds. They scored on a 1-yard run on the direct snap to Riley Byington. Horns point after attempt was good to make it 37-20. And Rocky ended up fumbling on the ensuing possession. Yotes got it back at the Rocky 23 and ran it out for the final 3 plays of the game. The total statistics we have for the College of Idaho: 23 of 35 passing for Caden Young. He had 238 yards for 3 touchdowns this afternoon. Torrey Watkins was the leading receiver, 10 receptions, 71 yards, and 1 touchdown on the day. Travis Mariero had 5 receptions for 49 yards on the afternoon. Jackson Ames, 2 receptions for 34 yards, but one of them was for a touchdown. Jacob Morales, 1 for 32 yards. That was for a touchdown. And Corbin Freeze, 2 receptions for 31 yards, 2 catches for Riley Byington for 20 yards, and Rankin Echohawk had 1 catch for a yard. Rushing-wise, Caden Young, 17 carries for 111 yards on the afternoon. Riley Byington, 19 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown. Rankin Echohawk had 4 carries for 39 yards, and Travis Mariero had 2 carries for 5 yards and a touchdown. Meanwhile, for the Battlin Bears, Trent Novak, his first game back since 2023, he went 19 of 31 for 336 yards and 3 passing touchdowns, the longest of 75 yards. Nice return for Trent Novak through the air. Receiving-wise, Darius Haskins, 6 receptions for 270 yards and 2 touchdowns. Eric Lear, 4 catches for 77 yards. Taylor Abbott had 5 for 31. Tuff Adams, 3 catches for 12 yards, and Flat had 1 for 9. Meanwhile, on the ground, Battlin Bears held to, they're going to say 29 yards on the ground. Tuff Adams, 9 carries for 30 yards. Brock Ping had 5 carries for 4 yards, and Trent Novak, 2 carries for a negative 5 yards on the afternoon. So, team stat-wise, for the College of Idaho, they had 238 yards on the ground. They had 246 through the air. So 484 yards total offense for the Yotes this afternoon. Battlin Bears, 336 through the air, but they were held to 229 on the ground. So they had a total of 365 yards of offense. Well, Dave, you asked what's going to happen here in the upcoming schedule. College of Idaho is off next weekend, and they will play host to the Lights of MSU Northern on the 20th. For the Battlin Bears, they go on the road, and they face a tough team in the 11th-ranked Montana Tech Ore Diggers next weekend up in Butte. That's always a tough place to play, and it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back.
Yeah, that Mining City square-off is always a tough one for the Bears. They'll come off of a loss this weekend and face some tough competition. Again, a non-conference game with Montana Tech. A chance for Rocky to notch a victory and possibly turn things around a bit here next weekend. When is our next contest? When are they going to be at home again?
Next home game for us will be on the 20th, as the Battlin Bears will be at home on the 20th against Montana Western. So it'll be back-to-back tough games against Tech, who's ranked 11th this week, and Western, who's currently ranked 5th in the NAIA 25. One game at a time. That's what Coach Stutz will say to his team as they come away on the short end this afternoon, losing to the College of Idaho here at Herb Klindt Field. The final score, 37-20. My thanks to Savannah Davis, our producer. Kate Tombre on the camera. For Dave Riley, I'm Kyle Riley saying so long from Herb Klindt Field in Billings. Rocky falls to 0-1 on the year. College of Idaho improves to 2-0 with the 37-20 victory for the Yotes this afternoon. Have a great rest of your Saturday afternoon. See you later, everybody.